always hate how sudden that ends. We need like a kind of hook, something that goes after that. Very difficult. Manny, get to work on that.
How about everyone?
Manny the Hooper. Highlight tape.
No, like just different clips of all the different shows. Like
there you go. All right, Manny, get to work on that, brother. We're here, folks. Happy Tuesday. Happy NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way Day. We are aware that our friends at Wrestle Purists are live right now for a alleged Raw review. They have yet to start talking about Raw. They're only an hour and a half in. Give them time. They're navigating super chats about Daniel Garcia right now. I know this because I just made a cameo, which actually made this show late, which is really unprofessional on my part. But I've apologized to my co-workers here, and we're going to have a hell of a time here on this wonderful Tuesday afternoon or evening for Chuck and I. Novi, how are you this evening?
I'm doing great. The last time we were on one of these watch-alongs was on Sunday. It was behind a paywall. Now we've removed that barrier, and we're going back to the TakeOver. I didn't look at the card for this show until about 30 minutes ago.
Good call.
We're in for a roller coaster.
I haven't looked at the card full stop. I have no idea what I'm getting into.
Yeah, there's going to be some ride. There's going to be some, that's cool, and there's going to be a lot of, that's unfortunate. There's a lot of that here. It's the very early days of what this brand would become, which will become very apparent as we go through this. Chuck, back on LNG, I think the last show you did was that Ring of Honor show, right? Probably.
It was that Ring of Honor show, yeah. Death Before Dishonor. And it was like, we watched like the last two matches, and then we did the post-show review. But yeah, happy to be back. Always love coming on Late Night Grin. It's always a lot of fun. I will preface, I am very sleep deprived right now, so this is going to make this extra funny. I am so locked in for this.
Well, you're the perfect person to be alongside on screen when you're sleep deprived is Manny the Hooper, who famously doesn't say anything outlandish, anything ridiculous, doesn't make you double guess or anything like that. Manuel, how are you this evening?
Good. I had no idea this wasn't I thought this was like a paywall show. So
no, rein it in, kid.
Yeah, I'm ready to. I've just been consumed by the Diddy news that's been going on all day. So can't wait to.
Great start. Yep, great start. Consumed, you say?
Mm-hmm. It's everywhere. It's all over Twitter, so I can't.
Yep. I ain't seen shit.
I see it. It's everywhere. I guess it's the people I follow.
But, I guess.
But to quote Pusha T, I'm ready to open up these mausoleum doors of the Full Sail.
Oh my God.
Great Pusha T quote there from Manny the Hooper regarding NXT and the Full Sail days. Now, folks, as I mentioned, as the title suggests, we're, of course, watching TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. This is from September 2014, so you want to pull this up on your network or your Peacock, whichever it may be. Chuck and I, of course, will be on the classical network for a few months longer. Novi and Manny will be on the infamous Peacock with all of its ads and such. So that's what's ahead of us here. I'm going to give you all a chance to do it. And then in a minute, Manny is actually going to count us down because he's become famous for how prolific he is as a countdown man when it comes to Grinalongs. So that's what you have to look forward to here. As has been mentioned, this is going to be a bit of a roller coaster ride. I'd say lock in. The main event of this show is very famous and was kind of a significant one for the time. There's going to be a debut or at least an announcement on this show that will be an interesting conversation to dive into. So with that in mind, TakeOver Fatal 4-Way. Manny, if Chuck and Novi are ready, are you guys ready?
Ready to go.
Wonderful.
I'm going to switch it up on you. I want to go from 7 today.
Okay, go for it.
Okay.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Well, you did mix it up there.
That's how.
No, yeah. The other day he did it, Chuck, and he goes 6, 5, 4.
That's so many.
I lost count where I was.
It happens to the best of them. It happens, folks. If you enjoy this at any point, hit the like button.
Hopefully it's at
any point.
Yeah, not yet because we haven't really done anything yet. But if you do enjoy it, eventually you should hit the like button. We haven't got Bob here to tell the people to do that, so I thought I'd get that in early.
Like Tyler,
smash the like button, as they say.
There you go. Yes, look at some familiar faces in that opening video, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look, Tyler Breeze used to be a wrestler. Now he's a fucking WWE game merchant. That's what he does now.
Pretty good gig.
Did a few indie dates.
Yeah,
Might score us one, man.
I have to be honest, man. If that's going to be your point of like a guy who failed in this system, I think you're going to have a really fun time on this show. There's going to be some people that did a lot.
I thought you get into wrestling to wrestle. I didn't know you get into the game. I mean,
Well,
My God.
oh my God, the lads are here now. This is a cool kind of factor. Well, not really, but for anyone who cares, Kalisto and Sin Cara have arrived, and I haven't seen their nameplate yet. Manny,
that's not Mystico, right?
No, that's What was the gentleman's name? The one they brought in as Hunico. What was his?
There's no way those motherfuckers jumped that high, right? There's a trampoline there, right?
Yeah, they had the little step for them. Yeah.
I was about to say, man, that's crazy.
I didn't see their nameplate, but like
they didn't throw one up.
It was like very short, I think. I don't know, maybe not.
I think this was their first match as the Lucha Dragons, because on the TV before this, which I watched to prepare for tomorrow's Full Sail behind, they did not have that name. They were just Kalisto. Look at this tournament, by the way. You'll see some familiar names here. There's some Blake and Murphy here on.
Oh,
he still bumps like that on Collision.
Indeed. Some things never change.
Yeah, there's
for a different luchador not that long ago.
Yeah, for real.
Man, if I knew he was wrestling, I would have brought out the Sin Cara mask I have.
It's always time, Manny. It's always time. You got about 10 minutes, mate.
Ward villains. Goodness gracious.
Yes, indeed.
There's some names here that I'm remembering from my childhood, not from the NXT, but from the main roster. Yeah.
Which is funny because a lot of these acts have like, very unique runs on the main roster.
Yeah. You could say that.
I was watching NXT at this point, but I was like 13, so I have no memory of like most of this.
Yeah. From my kind of the brief research I did, everyone seems to remember it like the next summer is when everyone's memory picks up on NXT. From my personal experience, 16
and 17's like kind of spotty. I can like pick up things here and there, but like 18 onwards, that's where I'm like, I feel like that's where a lot of people like that's where they know from.
Mm-hmm. Dude. Yeah, it'll be interesting doing this. Definitely, it changes rapidly. I think.
Yeah.
These fellas got bodied on the main roster.
Oh my God,
my Lord!
I was in 8th grade, I think, when this show was going on.
Wow.
What was I in?
I don't know what 8th grade means.
I don't know. Maybe like 13 or 14.
Yeah.
That's
this
middle
is a
school.
2014 show, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I was 11.
Ago. There you go.
I was 15.
The Ascension have been the champs for like a year at this point, something like that. There was real high hopes about the Ascension. As crazy as that sounds, they were considered like a real big thing, and that did not turn out to be the case.
No.
Many such cases.
I mean, yeah.
Are they the tag champs in this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. They're like undefeated tag champs. This whole deal.
That's great.
Wow. I'm so glad I didn't look at this card. Oh
yeah, you're in for a ride. On the main roster, they like gave them paint, and then all the old timers was like they like called them the pretend Road Warriors and just buried them. It was crazy, dude.
They had like one segment with like old timers that like I think they just got beat up, and that was like the end of their run for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like vaguely.
You could say that about a lot of
NXT.
That's very applicable to a lot of them.
This guy with long hair, his hair is kind of weird looking. It looks like he has like paint in it or something. It looks like Carlos Boozer's hair.
I love that you described it as paint or something.
5 minutes, 4 seconds. That's where I'm at.
Thank you, Chuck. Manny, you're no, actually, Novi, you're in charge of timestamps moving forward. Chuck, of course, is our guest. Manny can't be trusted with time or space.
Only the intro, only the countdown.
And I guess it makes sense that you got. I'm going back and reading one of the comments, and I forgot to describe 8th grade as a year before high school.
That's still genuinely means nothing to me.
Our terms are different. Yeah,
it's different. We don't have like
primary.
Oh, you go primary. Yeah, you do some weird shit like that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that's it.
Like 4 to 11, and then 11/12 to 16 to 18, depending if you go to 6th form or not.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're talking about years. Okay, I thought you were talking about grades. I said 4 to 11th grade. That's crazy.
No,
I was
no,
the first.
ages.
I was the first year that like had to do the sixth.
You had the
form
mandatory
after.
sixth form,
Yeah.
like either having to go to sixth form or college. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they call it when you go play for a club when you're a kid or something like that? Is it still primary, secondary, or
What the what?
What?
when you go play for like I don't know, Kid Arsenal or something like that? Like, do they go to school or
Getting
where they-
scouted? They still
Yeah.
go to school.
Oh, they do. I thought they just go to a
Yeah,
soccer school or something.
School's mandatory, Manny. Like that's a thing you have to do legally.
Manny sort of turned that conversation into about like if we have a different language or whatever. Like, get Arsenal.
It's crazy.
I've seen soccer movies where like they just have like big dorms and like kids are just playing soccer all day. They go to school sometimes. I don't know.
Well, it's
But they still
mandated
have
that you
to
play
like
soccer
do their
over there.
GCSEs.
Yeah. Yeah, we got meanwhile in Gotham here we have Victor here with a hold on Sin Cara. The lads slowing things down here in our opening match. It was kind of the Ascension's style. It wasn't the most exciting team, I'm sorry to say.
Yeah, Manny
Is that-
mentioned their the hair, like how it looks dyed. I'm more concerned about the line of
The line.
of his hair
Well,
there.
to be fair, you did Manny a great favour there because you said he's questioned about being dyed. He actually said painted, which I thought was an interesting term.
Thought I'd
But
get
yeah,
one
the
out.
hairline. That's a proper 80s wrestler hairline right there on.
How old were the Ascension at this
Yeah,
point?
they're
Like
old as fuck here.
Victor looks
they look
really
a bit old
old.
for this era of NXT.
I remember Victor being like, his rep was that he was a really good indie worker in Canada. That was his reputation. The one on the apron did not have that reputation, respectfully. He was not considered to be very good.
I don't think they'll be very successful in this NXT today. They don't let
Well,
old guys in there.
24?
Hard to say.
You are joking.
24? There's no way.
No,
That's
he lived a hard
That's
24.
how
At least
I old.
24. Shit.
That's how old I turn next month. There's no way.
Oh my god, he
Oh,
just
Life was
killed
not
him,
kind
man.
to him.
Oh my
Goodness
God.
gracious.
I thought we were about to see Mike Awesome and Tanaka again here in the.
It was a nice runner though. He took a nice bump on that runner.
Dude,
The
Jesus.
ultimate story of like that is when Gallows signed and he was 19 and Terry Funk thought he was a territory guy. He was 19 with a scarlet,
Real.
dude. Oh my god.
34.
Oh,
That makes
he's
more sense.
reaching out, but he's just not
Okay.
there.
What's his that fucking Sasha's friend? That luchador right there.
Kalisto.
Yeah, he sells weed now, right? He doesn't like wrestle anymore.
Okay, well, hold on. Just be careful
Isn't
what you're
he-
saying here.
Gear maker.
Like- When you say sells weed,
Legally.
yeah, you mean like he's in like the marijuana business is what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just it sounded kind of crazy the way you said it. That's what I was.
Some
Yeah.
implications there. They might want to.
It was, yeah, it was a little aggressive. I felt like I heard sirens and I saw
bit,
myself in
yeah.
a cult suddenly, you know. Yeah. Kalisto, though, he gets brought up in the Monet magazine a lot, I'm told, Manny. I'm sure you read that.
Yeah. I read it sometimes when they post it on the timeline.
Oh, yes.
She likes
How
to
all
dig up
media should be.
all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember Manny being a subscriber is much better. Look at that.
That's awesome.
He cut the ring off. That was a cool spot, dude. Well, that was cool. Someone should
Is that
steal that.
Renee on commentary?
Yes. Yes,
Oh, she did
Renee
do that for a while,
actually.
didn't she?
Here's a fun fact: all the episodes in September, she's the only announcer who's on all 3 episodes as an announcer. The other
Oh.
people switch out on every episode. It's crazy.
Oh,
Yes, Wesley, he did appear on that.
oh, that was awesome.
Oh, I don't even know what that was.
That was a case of it not going as intended, and it looked cooler because of it. That looked so
Mhm.
cool,
Yes.
and it was kind of a mess, but it was
Man, this
Pretty
match
sweet.
is almost better with the luchadors in charge.
almost right. Oh wow, yeah.
Oh, the rope hold is a cool touch.
Yeah. This is a pretty good time. Thing is,
This
this
fellow with the
Cypher-
hair has been in the ring for a while.
Yeah,
I don't think they didn't trust him. Yeah, man. He's especially with luchadors. You'll see a lot like, when Lucha Dragons wrestle when they wrestled Blake and Murphy, poor Wesley Blake, who's a really good, like he's very well trained, but he's not well with luchadors, and you can tell, like it's very apparent. Wow.
Noi.
Oh.
They are throwing themselves around.
This is pretty decent. Hoop, where are you at on the spreadsheet?
Oh, I didn't even open up the spreadsheet yet. I mean, I know I was getting paid to do that too, man. That's crazy.
The official late night Grin spreadsheet.
You want me to rate it like
Ooh.
pre-2010s Dave or
do whatever
modern
you
Dave?
want, bro. Whatever you want.
Postmodern Dave?
You should do Cook Dave.
Postmodern.
Cooked Dave. My God.
I gotta say, this might just me being an old head. I prefer this setup to whatever NXT's got going on these days so much more.
Oh, it looks way better.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Feels more normal.
I think most people would agree that Full Sail is cooler looking. Yeah.
Oh.
Well,
The venue, the colour scheme. I do miss black and gold.
I'm very nostalgic for it, but I do think it's also just cooler looking building. It's just a great venue. We have an upset, Manny. We have history. The mighty Ascension have fallen.
But they weren't champs before?
No, they came in with the belts, the Ascension.
Oh,
that felt short.
Yeah, everything but the main event is going to be short on this.
That was
kind of hurried to the finish, right?
Yeah.
It's a pretty good match, but it didn't have really any intention of being more than just pretty good.
Before these two go off the screen, didn't they turn into like a party faction for a while?
Kalisto broke away after Sin Cara had left. Kalisto formed the Lucha House Party with Lince Dorado and Mascara Dorado, Grand Metalik. So
that's what I'm remembering. Because I remember the Lucha thing was like got a little popular.
That was over everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still hear it sometimes at shows.
Yes.
Or at least I go to a lot of shows. So maybe it's just.
You sure do. What show are you off to next? Have you got any coming up?
If I go to Progress this weekend, it will be that. I think the next ones I actually have booked are Global Wars and Royal Quest.
Ooh, Royal Quest.
Are you
blast?
Oh, British J Cup actually as well. That's next weekend.
Dante's working that, right?
Dante's working it. Leo Rush is working it.
Oh,
that'll be fun.
Cool. Other cool people probably. Robbie Eagles. I'm quite excited about that one.
So, are you going to talk to the authorities about this Marina Shafir situation for me? Because
yes.
I mean, I have no problem with Marina Shafir coming over to the British Isles. I like Marina Shafir, but flying over Marina Shafir and not the Messiah of the Backbreaker kind of feels like a personal attack and shot. Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know.
Do you guys know what the dark match for the show was?
I do, but I think you want to tell us, right, Manny?
I was going to test you on it, but
I know, but yeah.
I've not.
Oh, bitch, man! I got logged out of it.
It is. Yeah, go for it.
No, I got logged out of my Peacock.
Oh, all right. Well, anyway, while he figures that out, it's Becky Lynch and Paige is the dark match for this show, which is Paige had already been called up, so I think it was just like a guest spot to pop the crowd. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to look back on.
Man, it kicked me. What's the time on this, man? Because you kicked me out.
We're about to hit an ad, so.
Okay, Novi will sort you out after that. I legitimately thought that Manny was about to ask what his password was then. I'm so excited. He was like, kick me out. What's my...
I have too many passes for that. I shouldn't say, but I have Google remember everything for me, so...
He said, I shouldn't say that. Like someone's going to like target the hooper.
Well, I mean, I do. I get targeted all the time. I share a Netflix account with somebody from India. Because he kept kicking me out.
Hey, I know this fellow.
Yeah.
Why did they stay on the commentary team for so long? That was off-putting.
Yeah. You got to realize, like, the TV's not live at this point. So this is like the one live thing they do every 3 months in NXT. So you'll see some hitches like that for sure. Look how young he looks, huh?
Yeah, that's crazy.
See, what's crazy about doing this is you don't realize how much people have aged until you actually like see them. You know,
Yeah.
It's, okay, it's been informed to us by the chat they're actually about 9/11, so we would like to apologise to Renee Young and the NXT broadcast team. I don't think they care much, but in 2024 about us doing that for their 2014 segment, but we digress.
I guess
Manny,
the pause made a little more sense.
it made a lot more sense. It's how you avoid what happened on Dynamite last week.
Oops.
What happened on Dynamite last week?
Well, they did the 9/11 deal, and then they just like took a long shot on Mariah May, just walked out to wrestle.
They just started playing her music immediately.
We were all like sitting here like deadpan. None of us wanted to sell it, and Caden Lee was like, "You can't do that. You just cannot do that." And we were all like, "Yeah, man, tough, huh?"
Oh my god.
Brutal.
But yeah, as I was saying, you don't realize how much people have aged. Like, not in a negative way. It's just been 10 years, right? Like, it's just.
He does look like a baby here.
Yeah. But if I'd have said to you how much is Pac aged, you'd been like, he looks the same, right? Like, he's.
Yeah.
But it's not the case.
He's definitely got better facial hair these days.
Yeah, the facial hair is awful here. That's a good call.
The sideburns are
Can I get a
too far
time
down
check?
there.
Like,
He also
nobody
looks
went-
less
We're at
English.
17 minutes exactly.
Probably what he was going for.
True, true.
17 exactly.
But we just hit the ad, so I'll let you know after the 60-second ad.
Yeah, because
popped up on the
I
screen.
fucked up, man. I went to 15 minutes. I mean, I gotta.
What? Why do you ask for the time? Chuck's about to see something here.
Oh my god. It's the
Factual.
boy himself.
The collision
That's-
cowboy.
Crazy.
Okay, I think me and Chuck are in the same place then.
Yes.
Juice?
'Cause the juice is
The
loose.
juice is loose.
I'm seeing
on
Olay
NXT.
I
right now.
fucking
So.
love Juice Robinson, man.
So do I. It's very funny seeing him here. He's an environmentalist. That's
Oh,
his
yeah.
gimmick. And he is about to wrestle the big man. Because of the way they
Why?
cut him, and we now know what
He's
happened
just
to these
there.
people. Yeah. Yep.
What's Corbin's gimmick?
He's a
Is he the
mystery
man
man.
at this point?
Yes, but he's about to really go into that. But what they're really going for here is kind of the Goldberg vibe of like this mystery man just standing in the ring. Like, who's this dude? That's what they're going for.
Is
Um,
He has
the
a
ad just
work-
ended. The
Really,
time
really
is
liked
13, 14, 15, 16, 17.
Oh, right on.
Okay.
We're on the same.
I remember being a big Baron Corbin fan for a long time.
I just think Vince's booking, he booked him in the wrong way entirely, and he like overexposed him while misusing him, which is a classic Vince regime thing.
That hair is crazy on him too, man.
Juice.
He already
like-
had a bad hairline.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's just crazy that you just never know what was ahead of Juice. By the way, don't blink and you'll miss it because yeah, exactly. So I didn't want to spoil it, and I was kind of getting ahead of myself, but that was what I meant with the Goldberg thing. Like
Yeah.
the idea was like, oh, it looks like Juice is going to get a win, or CJ is going to get a win, but in reality, Corbin's kind of the big threat here, and they start presenting him as like a killer after this.
Kind of looks like Bo Dallas with his hair.
Juice has always been an awesome bumper, though. Like, he's
Oh,
a perfect. He was like, in this era, he was the perfect guy for a slot like that.
Yeah, he's a really interesting story. When he got himself in Japan, people were like, "What is this dork doing in New Japan Pro Wrestling?" You know, and like obviously that aged hilarious, but that was the vibe because New Japan, 2015 New Japan, like it was killers, and he was this guy from NXT, like it's crazy. Riley needs a timestamp. Novi, go for it.
Currently, I'm at 1941, 42, 43, 44.
Apparently so. There you go, Riley.
Yeah, we're about lined up.
Yeah.
I will
That
say,
was-
when Juice first went into AEW, I was fighting for my life because
You were,
people were not a fan. I was just like, but guys, it will get better. And
was-
it did.
He was put in the
Look,
wrong spot.
I'm more than willing to apologize to both you and Juice Robinson. I just, I honestly thought he was finished. I just looked at the way he was moving and the way he was ready. He just looked like someone who, to me, had kind of hit the wall. Now I have, speaking of walls, a poster of a match he had on Collision behind me. So, that's the thing. That's the beauty of this stuff, though, right? Like, it's
Oh,
you
yeah.
analyze these signings, but you never know, ever know, like until it happens.
Well, that's the thing. Like, if you looked at most of those NXT, the New Japan signings that came to AEW recently, they all look done and cooked, and they just kind of just look better now. in AEW. So
the schedule's a big thing. The usage is the most, like to your point, Manny, about Juice. That when Juice first came in, he was kind of just like a guy, right? Like he didn't really have any role. And then as soon as he got something to actually do, it was a game changer. For the chat, we just crossed 21 minutes, pretty much, is where we're at. We're seeing a Tyson Kidd video package.
Holy shit, is Tyson Kidd still wrestling at this point?
Tyson Kidd is not just still wrestling; he's getting like a main event push in NXT. Yeah, this is a really. And like because of obviously how things turned out, it's a cool thing to go back and watch him have this chance to actually be the wrestler we all heard. I mean, everyone tells you that he was like incredible, and you can see it on the main roster, but he very rarely got a chance to have like real matches outside of the Cesaro team. So you get it in this NXT run, thankfully.
I don't know why I thought his injury was so much earlier in the 2010s than it was.
Well. You got to remember, right? So it was Joe. So Joe comes in May 2015. So it's like June 2015, May 2015, one of those two. Because Joe's only in WWE for like 2 weeks before it happens, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Oh, what? For real?
He was brought in just to do it. He was doing NXT and they brought him to the main roster to do a dark match. And the story, inferior talking about turn, the story goes that Kidd was not given ample time to prepare and was like rushed into the ring is the story. So he wasn't warmed up. Is what everyone has kind of hinted at. It's just that I don't know. I wasn't there. But it's a very unique situation. Certainly, we have a hair match ahead of us, folks. But yeah, it was very early in his run, dude. It was crazy. Real shame because Kidd was just starting to do stuff, and it sucks.
He was a beast on Total Divas.
There you go. Well, you saw the video package. They kind of worked him into this stuff here, right? Like the Natalia thing.
Look at his shirt, man. He has a sailor shirt on.
You should wear one of those. Yeah. These aren't going to be familiar faces. They had like a TNA run later on where Al Snow managed them, which is a very funny sentence that I just said.
Isn't that the guy that plays the guitar?
Elias? No. Timestamp, we're at 23:12, 23:13. We're around that range, brother. So if you jump to like 23:15, you'll be fine. Especially because the most of our play-by-play just kind of going, so I wouldn't worry too much. But
is this Big Bill?
Yes, it is. It is indeed. It's a build the hair match. We met their barber, which was Carmella. That's how she's introduced as a barber. Who they get fired from her job, so she forces them to train her how to wrestle. That's how they introduce Carmella. As you see here, this skit. Yeah, this is how they introduce Carmella, and she's doing the accent. Bless Carmella, but she's trying her absolute best on this accent.
Damn, they got that all over the dog, man.
This is nuts.
You're damn right, it is. They all are, dude. Trust me, I've seen them. Yeah.
Oh no, its hair's falling out. Whatever will they do?
Are you sure it's not a lie?
I'm certain it's not a lie, man. Yeah. I told you they went on to have a TNA run, brother. I told you that.
Those two guys?
Yeah, they were a tag team. How many times?
I feel like I missed that whole conversation.
You were here the whole time, I promise.
Oh,
what could have been?
That hair is something
I'm
else.
genuinely so happy for Big Bill. Like, legitimately. Like, it's one of the most, like, heartwarming stories in wrestling, in my opinion. Like, where he's gotten himself to now.
He just did a, article about it recently, or, like, an interview. He was talking about his fiance and stuff like that, and he's so awesome. It's
kind of crazy how Big Bill's gone over in every act in AEW so far, and they still don't want to push him as a singles guy. They just keep putting him as a heavy for everybody.
Well, yeah, I think that's the case. There's so many guys. That's the unfortunate thing about having such a stacked roster, right? You can't focus in on a guy like that. But I don't disagree with you. I mean, Bill being able to sustain and come back has definitely changed the way you view this team in hindsight. Because, for a while, they looked set to be like one of the all-time what-ifs, right? Like, because they were so popular, and obviously things changed. But now Bill's doing his own thing. It's kind of like it's now just Enzo. You look at that way in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
The only thing people think about Enzo for is the YouTube like video that always gets recommended of that one
Simon
guy
got
shooting
John.
on him.
Yeah, Simon. Yeah, the Vault villains get a lot of run at this time.
Man, why is he
I
doing
remember a Joey Janela story involving Enzo Amore where he allegedly chased him around an indie show. So, Joey Janela told this story on the Wrestlers Ordering Room Service thing that the Young Bucks used to do on the BTE channel. And it's a wild story. Very funny episode.
Yeah, I forget when Enzo was just kind of floating around doing stuff like that.
He's just a bit of crackhead, isn't he? Or was I allegedly? I don't know.
Allegedly, Steve Austin was a huge Enzo fan. He was like his favorite wrestler on the roster, which always popped me huge. The idea of Steve tuning into Raw and like doing the taunt with Enzo.
He walked around telling people they were soft.
Yep, something like that. They're doing some promo stuff here, folks. We're not missing any great action. Trust me, when the bell rings, we won't be missing any either. But
that fit is totally the early 2010s.
Yep. What was you wearing?
There's a lot of.
I wasn't wearing any of that, but a lot of people I knew in middle school wore a shit ton of leopard and red shit and their caps.
Red shit?
Yeah, like red pants. And like they had the whole red gear, then like they had their hat. They wouldn't even wear the hat; they would just have it hanging from the side.
Oh,
red jeans were very trendy around this time. I do remember.
They say YOLO
I had a
all
pair.
the time.
I could not imagine wearing red jeans these days. I don't wear jeans full stop, really, but
the only thing Enzo's missing is the I love boobies, like wristbands and stuff like that.
With those quotes all in the books, folks, I now feel comfortable asking you, please like the video. It helps out a lot. Wow, incredible. Just combination of quotes there. Great stuff. The thing that will stand out at this time, and you'll notice as we go through this, because being at the PC, everyone trained every day, right? So everyone was in their best condition. Look at the size of Enzo here. Look, he's good.
I was going to say, he's like ripped.
Everyone looked different when they were in the PC. It was like, that's all they had to do. They just was in Florida and they would go and get checked.
How tall is Enzo?
He looks tall here, doesn't he? Maybe he's wearing lifts.
He does look tall. Maybe the ref's just short.
He's not wearing lifts. Those are just regular Jordans he has on.
Yeah, he's not. So maybe it's a case of we always see him next to Bill, so we like just in our brains he's a lot shorter than he actually was. You know, the Scott Hall rule. Maybe.
For my Jordan heads out there, he's wearing Jordan 14s Ferraris.
There you go, folks. Manny the Hooper. Jack of all trades.
5'11" allegedly.
Well, yeah, they make him pretty tall by current wrestler standards.
A lot of wrestlers lie about their heights. Did you guys know that?
No, I didn't know that. No.
Oh, it's crazy. I'm convinced that Jay White isn't 6 foot.
I'm surprised you'd be aware of that following the British scene. None of those guys do that. No way. No, they're all very tall.
Absolutely not. They don't say that they're 5'10" and then are shorter than me when I've got my platform boots on. Never happened. Never happened.
I like how it's like a hair versus hair match and they're just like grappling.
Yeah, of course. It's because you got to realize beyond the gimmick and all the shtick, like you can't trust Enzo to do like a brawl. You know, like you got to keep it very simple with Enzo. Especially this.
I feel like the grappling would be harder for him to do. You know, just
right. But what I mean is like, what is he learning every day? Right? Like he's not learning like the sort of chaotic sprawl. You know.
Yeah, he's not watching. Arena Mexico Coliseum videos or whatever.
He's chain wrestling and stuff with Smiley and the guys and trying to figure out fundamentals.
Mm-hmm.
And all these matches are like super produced. I mean, that was like the big people that tried to tear down the great matches of this time. They would always say, they had like a month to practice. Like that was the thing that everyone used to say back in the day. Logan Paul's type beat. Yeah, well, yeah.
I remember that was what the Young Bucks used to make fun of FTR about.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing. Like, And there's truth to it.
What
There's
a
absolutely
shitty
truth
joke.
to it. And he just laughed out loud at a bump.
If you're gonna jump, man, at least jump. He's just like
A lot of atrocious gear on this
Oh, yeah.
takeover.
The cuts have been. I'm
It's-
staring at them. They're bad.
It's very
Yeah,
2014.
they should
PC
arrest
didn't
the
have a very
barber
good
for
barber.
this shit, man. Like, come on, who's the barber being on NXT, man? Come on.
Carmella, apparently.
Don't say that
yeah.
about Carmella.
Yeah.
Advocating to put Carmella behind bars.
Do you know what stunned me when I was watching this deal was I was watching one of the matches and it was like Charlotte and someone and Charlotte and Emma. And they were talking about divas and I was thinking divas. I realized they were still divas.
They were
at this
still
point in time.
Yeah.
So wild.
It wasn't until like what 2015.
Yeah, because the summer after this is when the revolution starts, right? When Stephanie McMahon invented women's wrestling, and they stopped being divas. But I was like, divas in 2014 just broke my brain. Like it's just crazy.
It feels super late.
Yeah, it
I
does.
just realized, are these guys gimmicks like they're French or something?
Yeah, I guess they're gimmick. Yeah, they're French. Yep.
Didn't they literally have the French flag on his gear?
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
I looked at that. I kept looking at that. And I was like, do they speak French or something?
Yeah, they're French.
Look at his
Like,
hair.
are they
He
shoot
looks the
French?
most. He's the most French
I
guy
haven't
ever.
got their passport, bro. I'm just they're French. For the sake of conversation, they're French. Yes. Yeah.
He looks vaguely European, so he could be
There you
French.
go. There you go. There you go. You get Manny one of those shirts, I'm telling you. That'd be good stuff. Manny's name today is Sammy Good. I've only just noticed this, and it's very, very alarming. I didn't even know Sammy was one of the guys Manny pretends to dislike.
It's very odd.
Speaking of Europe, I have this random thing in Italian dictionary.
Okay.
Can you read some off for us?
No, I didn't even know I had it. It was just one day in my book. It was in my book collection.
You have tons
Are
of
you sure
books,
it
and you never once as Manny said to me, I'm reading a book right now. He just collects books.
Yeah,
just feel
last
like
show
books
he
that
brought
I
out The
have.
Art of War.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, fine.
Why?
Good God.
Why? Because I heard Rogan talking about it once on a podcast.
Why?
I think with Josh Barnett. And then I was like,
Oi.
Didn't you show us that off the air?
no, I think I showed it on here.
Enzo just did
Shut
an
up.
incredibly shitty roll up. That's incredible.
Chat, did he do that on the air or did Novi just absolutely just done
Might have
on
added
me?
something. It was a different time.
Oh fuck. I don't know which, but Enzo Amore has I just realized Drake is the referee. God, this was a different time.
Indeed.
Different time.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was off air. It was off air.
It was,
It's still too late now.
Oh my god,
It's
why?
letting everyone know.
Oh my god. I'm not affiliated.
Look, folks, if it helps, he hasn't read a word of it.
I scanned through it, I think once.
Manny definitely got some Jordan Peterson back there.
I never went down that route.
Oh,
I think
Jesus
I might have read it.
Christ.
There's highlights all over it. I mean,
Highlights. Highlights.
You didn't have to say that part.
don't worry. It stops at page 12.
12 pages in, he said, that's enough of this business. I got the idea.
The other book that I have that was right next to me was The 12th Planet.
I've never heard of
conspiracy
that
book.
book. Oh.
I have so many questions, and I don't
Oh,
want to ask any of
here's
them
the
because I'm
thing.
afraid of the
I
answer.
think it was a Scientology
Chuck,
book. I think my friend
doesn't-
got it.
He doesn't have any answers.
Charlie, did you see the Triple H shirt that Manny
God,
brought on screen for us?
no.
I'll bring it out to you.
That's good. We'll see
It's
it now.
Wow.
It's like
Show and tell, I
now.
love this.
Yeah, it's show and tell.
I would have bought something if I'd known.
Okay.
You can bring out your Triple H shirt if you'd like.
I don't have a Triple H shirt. The closest merch I currently have to me is actually.
Hold on, you're gonna miss it.
Oh, I'm gonna miss the head.
I found it at a thrift store.
Oh no, Chuck! Look at
Oh wow! Oh, you wear that to the wrong part of the UK, you're getting stabbed.
I never wore it. I found it at a thrift store once, and I said, "I need to buy this," and then I just brought it, and I just had it in my closet ever since.
That's yeah. You know what? I low-key respect it because I once found a CM Punk I Dig Crazy Chick shirt, and I regret not buying it every day.
Well,
Yeah, I knew it was gonna bug me if I didn't buy it. I'm mad that I paid $50 for it at a thrift store. But yeah, they're fucking taxing.
For that
Brother, I passed on the t-shirt because it was a $5. You paid 50
Hey man,
American dollars for that.
yeah,
Was that
this is,
before tax?
this was after I think. At the time I was just thrifting a lot, and I was just like, "Holy shit, man! Look at that!" Because I think the thing was, I was buying thrift clothes and I was selling it on the side too.
no one bought that one?
Manny, that
kept
shirt
it. I
would
thought it
have
was-
originally have been like $25. You were scammed.
It was a thrift store. They
Yeah,
taxed.
the thrift store scammed you.
Yeah, I know.
They like doubled the rate that shirt would have originally have been. Do you know merch prices?
He keeps saying Texas just over and over.
Like, bro,
Jesus.
shirts used to be like $20. What are you doing?
Oh,
We're willing to spend a little extra money for that one.
he just no answer other than just the text is on it.
The thrift store
You
got smart with the resale. I mean, I don't know what to tell.
Well, they got smart because you walked in. No one else would have bought it.
What year did you buy this? What was when?
I was doing a lot of the thrifting and reselling when I was in high school. So I was probably like 17, 18.
Oh, you were so
19.
ripped off.
They
Triple
saw
H
you
felt
coming, they
worth
switched
shit
it.
at that point.
They switched the tag on that. They saw him coming. They said,
Bro.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I mean, I the $50 wasn't a big deal to me at the time. I mean,
"Oh shit! All right, okay."
I was buying sneakers too and
Expensive.
reselling them. So I was just like, it's like $50 here ain't bad. I was,
Okay,
My God.
I like it.
Oh,
That was funny.
that was
Anyway,
too
it did
funny.
the
I
hair.
missed that entire segment. I
There's
think they shaved
nothing,
someone's
yeah.
hair off.
They didn't
Yeah,
even
there was a
shave
match
it.
that happened.
They put the cream on the dude. It was nothing. It sucks. Let's move on in every which way here.
Oh,
And Manny's friend, the gamer, has appeared to emerge here for his own video page. He's in the fatal 4-way tonight. So everyone, you notice all the guys are getting their own little video deal here.
to be clear, the gamer, not the game. We are not talking about Triple H still.
We're not talking about no, never again. The gamer here. Of up, down fame, right, Manny?
oh yeah. Mr. Big Dude, I'm not flexing on poverty. I was working at Jack in the Box, just making a ton of money.
Flexing on poverty.
Oh. Breeze was in his Young Bucks era with
There you
the
go.
tassels on his ear.
Tassels.
What were the Bucks
Uh-huh.
even doing in 2014? Were they even doing the tassels yet? I think they were.
Yeah, definitely.
It all blurs into one.
Oh, I remember the selfie gimmick that he put it on the screen.
I did
Yes,
rather
sir.
enjoy this gimmick when I was a young teenager.
This felt like a lock to be like an actual good mid-card gimmick on the main roster, and of course it wasn't because, the main roster sucked, but it really did feel like a lock.
He doesn't even look cool enough to be pulling out this gimmick that he's doing.
Who are these ladies?
Wait,
Only-
is that Dana? I think that was Dana. Ash by Elegance, of course, I'm talking about.
Indeed.
I
Formerly
think
known
it
as.
was. It's a good game to play, though, Chuck. Definitely. Like when there's
Oh, yeah.
extras, yeah, you'll see people
It's
like
super
Liv
Oh.
popped up quite a bit. Yeah,
Looking whenever Adam Rose was out, watching old
Yep.
clips of that, seeing who the Rosebuds were.
Oh.
yep.
Becky Lynch pops up in that a couple of times, and it always pops me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always remember Carl Anderson saying, "If I'm ever a Rosebud, I give you all permission to beat the fuck out of me. Stick to me forever until the day I die." I don't even know what that meant. Like, well, I don't even understand what. Like, what does he mean? Beat the? Just have all his friends beat the hell out of him for doing a wrestling gimmick.
Oh fuck! It's a 75
Braun
second
was
ad.
also a Rosebud. This is true. I do
Well, to be
remember that
fair,
clip.
Novi, we're currently like in an actual ad for the network. So
Oh,
Yes.
like on the network, there's an ad for like a network. I don't know what this is.
Something to do with Mick Foley.
It looks like it. Yeah.
oh.
Great day for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway,
Not good. Oh no, it's just
it was the Monday
Okay.
Night War. His episode of Monday Night War. This is when they're still releasing those, which is like crazy to think about.
Some different
Oh,
timings of the
wow.
ads from
she
our
looks
audience and
young.
us, so
Okay.
things are
Yeah,
gonna
she
get
does.
dicey.
I hope JoJo's doing well.
Yes, absolutely. I saw she spoke recently.
Wow.
I saw JoJo spoke about like maybe having interest in
Yeah.
doing something in wrestling, which would be cool. And it's the way she's described it, it sounds like she wants to do something that's like more personality based, which I think would be fun.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
do not realize, Chuck, until I revisited this, how much more hair Lord Steven Regal had here in.
Yeah. It's so
sad.
it's so luscious.
It is.
It's
It's crazy.
a glorious head of hair.
Like he's aged considerably, and like I don't mean that as an insult. It's been 10 years, but if you ask me, I'd just be like, no, he looks exactly the same. It's
Yeah.
Yep, the big man is back.
Mr. Cena.
That's not who we're talking about, but yes, if you want.
No, I'm just saying I came out of an ad and John Cena was here.
Yep. Okay.
All right, everybody should be out of the ad because there was a 90-second in chat. We're currently at 42, 20, 21,
There you
22, 23.
How long is the stream for you guys, by the way, in the States?
1 hour,
158,
58.
45.
Okay, so it's still not the same length. We're actually
Oh.
still synced up. Yes, indeed. We have some news here coming on the NXT program. They're showing us a clip from the big time signing. At this point, as crazy as it is to think about, this was the biggest signing of the regime, right? This was a sign of like things that are
Yeah.
changing.
Little Caps Kenta.
It's crazy just to look back. Like, obviously, we know who follows. Like, Finn. I guess Finn is already. I'm trying to figure this out now. So Finn leaves in April 2014. So I guess he just hasn't debuted yet. Because he would be signed by this point. I'm pretty sure. Unless my maps. I don't know. I think so. Because AJ's in Bullet Club now. So yeah, he would be.
I like how Kofi's like refusing to call him Hideo Itami. He's just calling him Kenta.
Oh, dude. So a little spoiler for tomorrow night's Full Sail Behind, which will be live after Dynamite for LNG Gold members. He's in his first match, and they're talking about like how he's a legend in Japan. And Alex Riley goes, "But remember, none of that stuff means a thing when you're in the big leagues." And I was like, "Oh shit, you should have known, man."
Early
Yeah,
signs.
Having Alex Riley of all people say that is
Right.
unreal.
Finn comes in a couple months after this, and then Kevin comes in at the end of the year. So that was like the big. They made.
God, they packed
Yeah.
some punches.
Yeah, this was when they started signing like what they would always call them international talent, which basically just mean good wrestlers.
Sounds like early Dynamite.
But Kevin Steen had to do like a legitimate tryout. He had to just try out like he was a college athlete.
That shit's
video of
crazy
his-
to me,
His
man.
promo on
Yeah.
YouTube is always like in recommendeds.
Yeah,
Like that's crazy. When you have like a big wrestler like that, it's just like I don't want to
They
compare
did
Steen
that to a
to
few
Jordan or anything, but it's like
people, though.
yeah, they did. That was a normal thing back then. Yeah, like Rocky Romero tried out and didn't get signed. That's an example. Like wild.
Dude, Kenta's
There's
so
a few
godly.
names that have spoken about it.
So to give you an example, folks coming in from the Raw review, folks, we hope you enjoyed that show. It looked to be hilarious. I stopped by. We're watching NXT here. We're at 44, 45. So if you skip to like 45 minutes, NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way, it's a good time. We're having fun. Manny's in outrageous form. And Kenta has just arrived here in NXT. This is his first live appearance. And to the point in the chat from Prinny Bro
he knows
here,
English.
yes. Welcome to the show, folks.
Welcome, Raw Review viewers.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And the chat brings it up. They used Hogan to help with Kenta's, which as much as like obviously Hogan, piece of shit, but that shows you how big a deal they thought it was, right? Like, and it did not. I mean, to say it didn't work out, obviously, would be putting it politely. But yeah, it was an interesting run.
I've never looked
Yeah,
back on
he's
it.
hilarious.
So maybe we'll get to it on one of these watch-alongs. But I'm like such a huge Kenta fan. He's just like one of those
Mhm.
guys for me. I'm gonna see him live pretty soon. I'm very excited about it. I don't care how cooked he is.
Yeah, and that's great. That's the beauty of it. Yeah, I actually heard some good things about. Yes, thank you to Ibu for pushing people to come over here. We're having a good time here, folks. This show has not been much yet, but we are probably like half an hour away from the big time fatal 4-way match with Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, Tyson Kidd, and Adrian Neville. Some may know as Pac, apparently. So
He's doing
that's a
something.
memorable match. Yeah, he's doing something. Yeah, so we got some big stuff. Kenta is currently in the ring. And I think he's explaining that he's going to be Hideo Itami. I haven't got the audio up high, but I think that's what he's doing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
he's
Maybe
starting
Manny
over
can
is what he
talk
just said.
Yeah. Yeah. An interesting. He gets injured at like the worst time, right? Because he was going to win the belt in Tokyo. And
Must have
then,
known he was cooked. That's why he's probably switching his name. He didn't want that. He didn't want that on his name. He didn't want that on the Kenta name.
I don't know, man. Have you seen some of the stuff he's done since he came Kenta again? I don't know. I don't think he takes it that seriously.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty. I mean,
He's done some of
I
those
watched
indie
him
spots.
wrestle Ricky Knight Jr. earlier this year in possibly one of the funniest matches I've ever seen live.
Yeah, I can imagine that was very funny. That would be a good word for it.
2024 Kenta is
Yeah.
genuinely,
Okay.
if you're watching on stream, terrible experience. In the building, hilarious.
It's fun. Yeah, I'd absolutely believe that. So, folks, the Ascension are the first thing that Atami is programmed with, which is funny. And it's now just clicked for me that this is leading to Finn. Because Finn is eventually Atami's backup, I'm pretty sure, against the
the Wrestle
Ascension.
Finn.
They
Atami,
mentioned it in the chat.
I think they have a TV match, maybe. I'm not sure. It's a good question, Manny.
People in the chat, let me know if Finn versus Kenta is good.
I don't remember a lot of the Kenta stuff being good, to be honest. The Breeze match is
Well.
okay. The Bobby Roode match is really good. That match
You might be right. It might not be good because I never hear anybody talking about it.
Bobby Roode has his best match in NXT, I'm pretty sure. I think Roddy has like a pretty good one on 205 Live.
Didn't Tyler Breeze wrestle Liger in NXT?
Yes, he did. Yes. on the Brooklyn
What a
show.
weird-
The first. Yes, this is why this stuff fascinates. It's why we're doing this project, because I just think it's the weirdest time. Like, Brooklyn TakeOver is the first takeover outside of Full Sail, and they just book Liger on like a one-off, like it's like an indie.
That's gotta be.
Yeah, like it's fascinating. And then the one that's
Hey,
even
man.
weirder is when Ibushi comes in for the cruiserweight
Classic.
thing.
That
And he
would
just
be
said-
a very fun watch, but there's a dodgy name or two in that.
There's-
A couple.
Yes, it's aged pretty brutal.
Yeah.
Great tournament, but yeah. But
Oh yeah.
it's very interesting. Like Ibushi sticks around for a while. Like there's one house show he does with Bobby Roode just for like no reason. He was in LA. It's just an interesting time. Very, very interesting.
One of my
Thank you.
favorite things to revisit is the little spell that Alex Shelley had, because everyone always forgets
Yeah.
about it. It's always
Yeah,
fun.
exactly.
NXT was a wild time because some of the names that popped up in this brand.
Mhm. Manny actually got good reviews. There's a Kenta Finn match. Got good reviews. 7.58 on Cage Match. 12 minutes long.
ZSJ was in the Cruiserweight cast. So.
I want to take a minute to appreciate Kenta's tailor here, man. He designed some great pants because he didn't rip them at all during this little segment.
Yeah, cool. Timestamp, we're at 49:30, just passed for me. So 49:35 in that ballpark.
50.
Bro.
Just
Yeah.
it's 50 and pause for 10 seconds. You'll be fine.
To this point about Ring of Honor, so the night of Liger's appearance in New Japan, Ring of Honor was doing one of those shows. Remember those shows they do at like baseball parks where they would corner off like a section of the. They were doing that in New York, and the big hook was we're going to use New Japan talent, and of course NXT was booking Liger, so it was like a really weird kind of political situation from my memory. People were kind of confused by how that happened. But I guess that's like Liger can do special things. I guess he's Jushin Liger. Who's going to tell him, right?
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yes. When you get to the point that Liger was in his career, like you're not going to tell him no. Like
Right. Exactly.
It's one of those guys at that point.
Renee is better on commentary here because she hasn't got Vince like yelling in her ear.
Mhm.
But she's not like a natural at it, and I think she said that. So I don't, I'm not saying, I'm not speaking out of turn on that. It just didn't really suit her. She's way better as an interviewer and a personality on the show.
Yeah, she did a main roster stint. I remember that like being a thing, and there was so much like anti Renee on commentary, and it wasn't because she was like awful. Just everyone wanted her to just do what she was doing before.
Yeah, she was way better at that. Yeah, folks, for those of you that have joined us from the Wrestle Purists, feel free to help us out. We haven't got Bob O'Neill to tell you to hit the thumbs up, but we would love for you to do that nonetheless. We've had a good time. We recommend you go back and even watch from the start to hear some incredible information about Manny the Hooper.
We do a show and tell at one point.
We do show and tell. He sure shows and tells, let me tell you.
I need to pull up this guy's cage match because he looks so familiar and I don't know why.
Bald MC?
Who is he?
He's the guy in the workout group in AEW.
No. You said that so confident.
You just say words.
You said that like of course he is, Chuck. Come on, like you don't know that? Like he's not at all. Bald MC, he got over eventually for the bull fit gimmick where like the guys like got him in shape and he lost weight and it was like a whole thing. I think he may be problematic, so I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not going to speak on that. Bald MC, if you're watching, I apologize if you're not. Well, doesn't really indicate whether he's problematic or not, unfortunately.
No. Hilariously, he wrestled Tyler Breeze earlier this year.
Well, there you go. And NXT.
But he's wrestling a very indies I haven't heard of. So take that as you will.
Maybe that's a sign.
Tyler Breeze versus Bald MC on NXT One Night Stand. He's in it with Mojo here, who is.
Oh my! Those are some shitty elbows, man.
He's green in every which way.
Stay hyped on his ass.
Yeah.
Mojo Rawley is allegedly a lovely guy, but
yeah, he was.
Bro,
you put a brick
Danielson
behind
loved
those
him for a
kicks.
while.
Talk about personality hires, like
he's busted him open with that. Mojo's bleeding, I think. I don't know how.
Those kicks were horrendous, man. Fuck.
Isn't he a manager now? Like a shoot manager, I mean. Like, I think he has like a management company, Mojo Rawley, for all the boys. I think this is the case. I don't know.
That sounds
Oh,
correct,
shit.
to be
A diving headbutt, man.
Chat, you have two things to investigate. Whether or not Bald MC's problematic and if Mojo Rawley has a management company.
Shades of Harley Race.
The only thing I remember about Mojo is he did that like blue thing, and Danielson was trying to get him over, and it was this weird like story on SmackDown. I think it was.
Yes.
Oh, he gives him another one, but it was worse.
At the Performance Center during COVID era of some show, he was on something.
He was still there by that point. Yeah, he worked there for years. Like he's Gronk's friend, so when Gronk came in, he was like he's
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I just have like vivid memory of him like on a balcony.
Yeah, WrestleMania. Yep,
yes.
The WrestleMania in the empty Performance Center. He's like the host of Gronk, which is very funny. To answer this question, Juice Robinson is not in New Japan at this point. He just lost to Baron Corbin in about 30 seconds earlier. So
CJ Parker.
Yep. There you go.
CJ Parker. It's not a nice close-up.
Dude, Mojo being with Gronk is such like a memory jar.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was.
See, I hope it's coming across here, folks, why this whole experiment intrigues me, because everyone's path turns out in ways, very unique ways. We'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some great success stories on these shows, obviously, but there's also some ones you go, my God, that didn't quite work out the way they expected it to. The first match of the entire project, once Alex and I cover it tomorrow, the first match is a 2-minute match with Charlotte and Alexa where they fuck up like 3 different things.
Wow.
And like, neither of them has any confidence in what they're doing because they're brand new, but it's a good example of like, things would change dramatically for some of these people. We got more Enzo and More. Good news, folks. All right. Yeah, look at the concentration on Manny the Hooper there. Look at him. Looks like reading the Art of War.
He's highlighted.
I might have to go back and watch a bunch of old NXT after this because I am in full.
Well, Chuck,
bro.
The way that we're going to do the show is we're going to do a rotating guest Like I'm going to host alongside. So maybe 1 month I'll reach out and maybe you can join me for that because it's a pretty fun ride.
I'll be locked in.
I was locked in because does Big Bill have an accent here?
Yeah, they're
It's
both
a little
doing
forced
the
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're obviously
Carmella's really like her ones. She's having
Okay, that's what was throwing me off. I was just like, man, I don't know if I can't really hear it too well. And I was like, man, something must be going on. And nut shot.
I can't believe
What?
this dude just didn't shave his head, and they're doing this whole towel thing.
He did he grabbed him and,
Maybe he did.
Yeah, we got some confirmation in the chat that. Well, we've got a few different things confirmed. I'll focus on one of them. Mojo Rawley does have a talent agency, and it does have like a hilariously stacked crew of wrestlers, like world-class wrestlers are under his agency, which is beast. So shout out to Mojo Rawley.
That guy looks like Shaggy from Scooby-Doo, the movie. That's
There you
it.
go, folks.
A little bit.
I don't know what that guy's. He was Scream, if you guys don't know.
Thanks, mate.
Sorry, just had to throw that out.
That's a spoiler, by the way. That's a spoiler.
Wait, how far are you guys?
No, I'm talking about Scream.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
You actually just said Scream. I kind of spoiled it. We're being real. But, we should do Scream Grinalongs, Manny.
I do love watching Scream. I mean, we can do that.
Don't we all? Beautiful. Enzo's very excited, folks.
That's a whole lot of Enzo for 1 2-hour show.
He is, right? A lot, yeah. An aggressive amount, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
They had to pay off the hair match deal. I guess earlier's deal was so unsatisfying. And they also are probably worried that in 10 years, someone will be talking about their book collection, everyone would miss it, so they had to go back. You have to think about these things when you're booking a show,
Indeed.
Yep. That would be my promotion. I'd just be sitting in Gorilla going, how will this work on Grinalongs in 10 years? You need to tighten this stuff up.
Joe, have you seen there's a Brit Rest promotion running in a Littleville prison?
I mean, fitting really, but no, I haven't.
They don't have to go far for the
It's in Gloucester, of all places, as well, which is very funny. Mm-hmm.
Do we have a card?
I would like to say I don't think it's like a open prison anymore. I think it's like a prison that was abandoned.
Okay.
I'd like to think
it'll reopen soon.
Well, there are jokes being made on my timeline about who they could.
I'm sure there is.
After they have the match, an officer just points him to a cell. Let's go this way.
That is crazy, I must say. Okay, it's time for an eventual. I mean, this would eventually be a huge match, right? Across both brands and so on and so forth. Bayley and Charlotte Flair, NXT Women's title. This is just under a year before Brooklyn, where Bayley has the famous match with Sasha Banks. Charlotte is still very much finding herself. This is not long after the Natalya match, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, this is very early days for this pairing, definitely.
God.
Wild, right? It is wild, isn't it? Like the development and the progression of Bayley. It's like, wow.
So young.
Man.
Dude,
this character. Yeah. With a little bit of tweaking, she would have been like an eternal babyface. Like,
this character seems so fake.
Yes, Manny, but with the presentation, Chuck is completely right. Like, it should have been a home run, shouldn't it? It totally should have.
It should have been so easy.
Wow. There's a clip of her pinning Sasha Banks to get the title shot. This is wild looking back, right?
This is crazy. I wonder what Sasha's doing these days.
Yeah, I don't know.
Retired.
I hope she's making good money and living well, at least, That'd be good.
Heard she raps now.
Really?
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, it is awesome. Like, it's been 10 years now for how long was this? I'm trying to give an example. How long was like Trish's run in WWE? Like 6-7 years, maybe something like that. It's like Bayley, Charlotte, Sasha. These are all still like the top names, really. If we're being real, right? It's been 10 years.
Still running the business.
Very, very beast.
Marcus is in chat. Hi, Marcus.
Hello, Marcus. I need Marcus on the Grin soon.
Marcus.
Yeah, but
Oh, yeah.
Novi, you've got Marcus stopping by the Novi channel, right?
Oh yeah, on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Very, very excited for it. That's tomorrow.
Working
Wednesday is tomorrow.
Wednesday is
No.
tomorrow.
Don't
That
worry
is,
about it, bro.
yeah.
It's like, look, Trish's
Fine.
right.
It's not real.
And Trish has had some really like strong matches as comebacks, you know, but her actual run was 2000 to 2006. It's like, gives you some perspective,
Jesus.
right? Like,
It's wild.
That feels wrong.
yeah, it's just,
I'm not doubting the commenter at all, but it just feels wrong.
right. Okay, Ethan Page has done a tweet.
Uh oh.
Oh no, I need to see this.
The USA Network tweeted if a fan had a sign that said, "I quit my job to be here," and he quoted it with, "Me too, lady."
That's so fucking good.
You can hear him delivering that too, because like you can imagine how proud he was of himself. Good for ego, man.
You know, I have to respect it.
Yeah,
That's
that's the
incredible
beast.
work.
Good tweet.
We talked about ego a bunch. We did the Dynamite review, and people would debate whether he should or shouldn't be on the show. And like, I like Ethan. I don't think it was like a great fit, and I don't think many AEW fans were like, "Oh my god, like, what if they used it?" But I'm still happy he's doing well, right? Like, it's good for
Oh
Ethan.
yeah,
Like,
absolutely.
I used to
It's,
like his toy vlogs when he had good guests.
Is that
Only when he
Yeah.
had good guests though.
Chuck, what was you gonna say? I'm sorry.
the little girl she hugged? That was Izzy,
Yes.
right?
Yes, it was Izzy. Yep.
Wow.
But it's before Izzy's like part of like the.
Before she's part of the law.
Yeah, because as your reaction just kind of suggested, she eventually becomes like a full-on part of the character, right? Like it's like in the second Sasha Banks match, famous one anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Sasha like takes her headband, doesn't she? Or something?
Yep.
We hit an ad 60 seconds ago. Let's do time. Joe, you do time. I want to make sure.
Manny, are
we're-
you okay?
No, it's fine. I just got out of the commercial. I just
No.
been thinking this whole time.
Okay, I just crossed 1:03, 1 hour 3 minutes is what I just
Okay.
crossed. Now I'm seeing Charlotte walk to the ring. She's tapped her
Same
belt. She
here.
pointed. Okay, cool. Because at some
She
point we're going
really
to
had the
separate.
same music this entire time. I respect it.
I will say that's where Bailey, and it's not even necessarily a positive because it's just the way wrestling goes, but Bailey and Becky of the Four Horsemen definitely have evolved more as characters. That much is, you know, certain. Now, you could say to that, like, you know, the other two didn't really need to, but certainly there's more of an evolution. I mean, Bailey, if she was used correctly, maybe wouldn't have needed to evolve as much as she did, but she certainly had to with the way she was booked.
Charlotte almost messed up
Took
the
it
cartwheel.
Yeah. Yeah. Manny, you good at cartwheels?
Back in my day, I think I could still do one.
Oh,
It's kind of crazy seeing how little Botox Charlotte has in her face at this point.
well, I wasn't going to say
I don't want to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything.
I'm the woman on the panel. I will
You
bring it
can say
up.
that, yeah. I wasn't saying
I
shit.
know there's a line I wasn't not going to pass it. I mean, there
Good for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. And shout out to Charlotte Flair, living her best life,
Absolutely.
living the dream, married to Andrade
Sure.
Idolo. Good God. But
there's another wrestler I was going to bring
I
up
love
too
it
earlier
for
in the
her,
show. I didn't want to.
genuinely.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's the thing is I know your context behind that is like good for Charlotte, whereas it feels like if Manny had said it, I'd have been like, shut the fuck up, Manny.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up with another wrestler earlier in the show, but I decided not to.
Okay.
Which wrestler?
That's smart. I don't know which one you're. I don't know which
Big
one you're
Bill?
thinking of.
They made a little cameo earlier, but I didn't want to.
Is he?
No.
I don't know who you're talking
I don't even.
about. Manny, I've
A
slept
wife of
hours.
a certain wrestler. You know, Canadian, famous family.
Oh.
Oh,
got it.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, I got you.
All
I got
right,
you.
let's rein him in now, folks. Come on, someone arrest him now. All right, we've got handshake drama here in center ring. Darren put in the chat, Regal.
yeah, it's very famous. Very famous wife, William Regal.
Regal's famous for other things, like Destroying
So-
the AEW locker room.
Mhm.
that was him who did that. Yep. It was no one else who left around that. Anyway, Chuck, are you aware of the LNG law about AJ Styles and Botox? This is a very real thing over here.
I
There is
am
one-
not.
There is one member of our community, the third page of Larry Bird. He's not. I don't think he's in the chat tonight, but he'll see this maybe in a
those
week.
chops. Fuck.
Yeah, that was snappy stuff to start here. He has been on a one-man campaign to prove that AJ Styles has had immense amounts of Botox. He's posted imagery in our Discord about this, and it's an interesting thing. I mean, he hasn't really convinced anyone, but he continues nonetheless, and I appreciate that. I appreciate the defiance, the guts.
You got to commit.
I feel like I
Yeah.
could be convinced.
There you go. You might have
There's no way
Joining
Georgia
the
man would
cause?
do that.
I would need to have a look. I would need to
Okay.
investigate.
It's all the sun right there. I mean, that's,
We'll get you the evidence, Chuck. We're gonna work on this. I must say though, this wrestling match is off to a very good start. I must say.
These are real good.
There's
Yeah.
some real wrestling on
Significantly
this show,
better.
thank God.
it's significantly better than
Yeah.
everything we've seen so far on the show.
Exactly.
Bailey
yeah.
is moving, isn't she? My goodness,
Yeah,
she's
so she's still
hustling.
at her-
out there.
It's so much she had her
Charlotte's work
knees.
is really tight too.
Mm.
Fucking Manny, dude.
Okay, I can't be convinced. His eyes crinkle too much.
Take that, third page, Larry Bird. Your one man campaign continues.
You'll stand alone.
Yeah, we did.
My
there was an
preliminary
AJ Styles.
search. I don't
There
agree.
you go. There was an AJ Styles Grinalong or a Finn Balor Grinalong, and he wrestled AJ. And I brought this up, and for the first 10 minutes of the match, I was just debating this with the lads. That's what you do when you watch wrestling, right? It's just very normal.
Absolutely. We
Yep.
focus on the important details.
I feel like that hurts your knees more than your head.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think this is more about your knees that you're looking at that and thinking that's hurting Charlotte. That looks pretty painful for Bailey, to be honest. She's got a neck.
Looks really good.
It does. I think so too. Man, he's just sitting there wondering about how his knees would feel.
I would. Did she ever continue using this at all? Because I know she just does the regular figure 4 now.
I don't think I
don't know.
haven't seen her
doesn't-
wrestle in a long time, so.
Yeah, well, no one
She
in
should've kept
Charlotte's
doing
case,
this.
right?
She-
No one
no,
has. Yeah, yeah.
How long has she been out now?
We're getting close to a year. We're getting pretty close.
Yeah,
That sounds about right.
Yes, we're getting up there.
Back, it's like a full luchador. She comes back.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
Comes back, does all
Brother.
this fun shit.
Oh,
Have you
okay.
watched her in the ring,
No.
pre-injury? Those last 2 months pre-injury, she's not coming back with a lucha bag.
I think
God bless
Kevin's on
Big
the
Mac
money.
Charlotte, but
She's quite good in this match, but Kevin's definitely accurate in saying that she's a lot more
Yeah.
she's doing so much Ric Flair. Even the way she moves and stuff, you can see she's actively going for that, which as she gets deeper, obviously she still would do the woo and the chops, but she would find more of herself, I think,
Mhm.
in the ring as she would go deeper in her career.
This heat segment is quite good though.
Yeah, this match is good. Bailey was the most polished, I think, of the mechanically of the Horsemen. I think at this time, maybe I'll be proved wrong on that as I go through this, but that was my read on it.
This is my first time ever going back to the 4 horsewomen era. So
Mhm.
I'm trying
Wow,
to
look at this.
catch up here.
Yeah, so this
Yeah.
is kind of a preview. So after this, they do a fatal 4-way with the 4 Horsewomen, which is a famous match. It's good.
Mhm.
And then when Sasha gets in the title scene, that's when it changes. Her match with
Yeah.
Becky is a classic. Her match with Bailey obviously is a classic.
I'm shocked nobody does this.
Yeah, this is quite good.
It's this hold is so sick.
She's doing
looks like it
triangle.
hurts.
Yeah, she's doing triangle judo throws or something.
It's
Man.
perfect for her frame too, right? She has the long legs. It just looks great visually. Bailey's
Chris
selling.
Statlander should steal this.
There you go.
It worked real well for her.
The other thing that rules about this hold is you're positioning the babyface their face is up so they can sell easy to the camera.
Mhm.
Whenever I love the cattle mutilation, but that was always the thing that would drive me nuts for that move is you can't sell with your face, right? You're stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're stuck.
Just face planted in the dirt.
Yeah, it's brutal.
Yeah, and you can like fight out with your legs too. You can like show that fight.
Turn into a pin. Oh my god.
Oh, that was a smooth
Ooh.
transition. That was nice.
That sunset actually looked like she was trying to back body drop her. That looked awesome. So
Oh shit!
This is good professional wrestling right here. Wow.
Joe, can you give me a time real quick?
I actually cannot because of the way my feed is currently set. Chuck, can you do that? We're switching roles here, folks. Chuck, can you do
I'm a hour 11 minutes 4 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was making sure.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll be able to get mine. Yes, I'm in the same spot.
Okay, good.
Yeah, this is one of the things that people loved about the women's title matches in particular is even though for all the talk about the way they're produced and choreographed and all that stuff, like they had a certain roughness and an edge that made them really fun. And I think you can see that in this match here. Like they feel kind of like they're actually happening, you know, rather than kind of just being like a dance routine. Like it's kind of physical. Look at this. Good stuff.
It's why the rough around the edges
It was
stuff,
very standout in this era.
Yes.
I like the rough around the edges like work because it just makes it feel like more honest. Like the thing from the Ascension tag earlier, it was like they messed up a spot, but it just looked cool. So it's like stuff like that happening is always fun.
Charlotte has a little bit of Kurt Angle in her too. She's like kind of go kind of a thing.
Yeah, and she definitely has the Kurt thing of like on big shows she'll occasionally just go absolutely nuts. Like that match with Rhea at WrestleMania where it was like halfway in, it was like it's okay, and then she just sort of went like King's Road.
It's funny because
guns on her head.
There's a few times in this match already where she gets up real quick and she sees that Bayley's not up yet, and she just like.
Well, that's I think you see that a lot with the really competitive athletes. Like Bianca has that. Bianca's like she wants to go to the next thing, right? She sees it's like a competition for her to keep going. It's just
she's very fast in some
like,
sports.
Sometimes it's a bad thing because not everyone is suited to that. But when she wrestles with someone like Io, you see it of like they're going, man. It's electric.
Oh,
that was sick.
Star off.
Nice cut off.
We're having fun here, folks. We hope you are too. Manny, what should they do to the like button? Here's a risk. Manny, what should they do to the like button?
Smash it.
Thank you, Manny the Hooper.
Oh, did you see? Did you see that the Boom guy? What's his name? Justice.
Cole Cabana?
No.
Good answer. Correct.
AJ Justice.
Yeah. Yes.
You see, he brought his wrestling gear to All Out.
Oh,
he was in gear doing the videos.
Yeah, he was in gear doing TikToks.
What a beast!
What a worker! He was just waiting for
always
Tony
ready
to give him that call. Yeah.
Who's reffing this match?
Is it Drake again? I think it's Drake.
I think so.
Whoever it is very sweaty.
Yeah, it's Drake.
XPW legend.
He did all the big matches for NXT. It's crazy looking back. Like
it's wild.
And his reputation in peak wrestling fashion was just the best guy. Just the best guy. As his wrestling tradition.
It's kind of funny how a deathmatch wrestler wasn't official for NXT.
Yeah, it's super weird, yeah.
Well, when you get ousted,
they always go. Yeah, well, yeah. They always go outside of their system in ways you wouldn't expect to. Like, I think Adam Pearce is awesome. I'm happy for him, but like, how weird is it that he's just like
Jesus?
That was violent looking. How weird is it that Adam Pearce is like a senior official in WWE? It's like
holy shit.
I know, it's kind of crazy.
He's a Korean indie guy.
Oh,
you think he ever thinks about, man, I wish I can just put the boots on?
Good.
Probably
he still
not.
doesn't, but like I don't know. I mean, I guess compared to the money he's making as a wrestler, he probably thinks life's great, right? Don't have to fall down, and he's
Or Nick Aldis. I wonder if Nick Aldis was like
Aldis. I think definitely.
I think he would
got to lace it up with Cody.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was scary. That's not a good way to land.
Her knees.
Her knees.
Knees. I mean, my knees hurt. Jesus.
Oh, I just saw it. Ow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Golly.
The natural selection on NXT TV was called The Cutter, and I popped huge.
The
that
Cutter.
That was a very good professional wrestling match. I agree with.
It was.
There was a comment here. Someone put. Kevin said this is kind of shit I like, just classic fundamental wrestling. I think that's spot on. That's the kind of match you could have at any point, right, through history.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. It's just like Charlotte just beating the fuck out of Bailey for I don't know how long.
Well, that makes sense though, right? For the character.
Hierarchy.
Yeah.
Scrappy underdog babyface and big monster heel. Yeah, that's how you book them.
I know that was her character. I thought it was just like
Sometimes wrestling
yeah. Manny was in Gabe Sapolsky DVD mode. He was like, where's the next 20 minutes?
I thought we were just gonna get a good match. I didn't know there was they were playing any characters or anything.
Well, the thing with wrestling, Manny, is often your intention is to book one show in a way that will serve the next one. You don't just, you don't want them to kind of live in their own little world, man?
I was thinking of the DVD. I wasn't thinking of
The DVD. They didn't sell one, if that helps.
I say that like I have DVDs.
I was right, though, about that AEW Blu-ray. Did you see how quickly they sold out? They got rid of them like straight away. They topped their charts. I was right all along, folks. I told you.
Are they doing Blu-rays? I thought people were doing like 4Ks now or something like that.
Yeah, they're not going to get to that point. They don't even give you cases, dude. They're like sleeves.
Oh, that's some bullshit. Just sleeves?
Last month, 3 of their top 5 items were Blu-rays.
That's like the kind of shit you see in the flea markets when I actually go on Sundays. Like they used to sell DVDs, like bootleg DVDs of movies, and it was just sleeves. That's all it was.
Folks, CEO in the house. CEO. Very problematic, unfortunate chant. You'll see her shirt says, "I'm not ratchet," because the crowd would actually chant that at her, which, Florida.
For real?
Florida.
Yeah.
Here is this.
Yeah, right. Brutal deal. Okay, so this is Charlotte's babyface turn here, pretty much, as you can see, coming to fruition. And then I think Becky aligns with Banks as heels, and that's when you start seeing them kind of, punch together.
Doesn't really seem like Charlotte was in a big hurry to,
she's torn, Manny. She's torn.
It's the drama.
Yeah, come on, man.
A melodrama. She can't immediately make the save for someone she just beat this out of. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like if I'm walking back towards the ring, I'll be a little. Yeah, I feel like you already made that.
But imagine you were friends with the person who's doing. Like, imagine it was me doing the attack. Would you? You'd have to give me a second, right? I'm attacking. Let me be careful. I'm attacking. Never mind.
It wasn't really a good choice to go with.
No, there was no version of that ended well.
You know the story behind Shoot's profile picture?
I haven't even seen it. No, what was his profile picture?
No, you look at it and you tell me, and then we get to.
It's something. It's something. Go take a peek.
All right.
Also, I'm quite concerned about the Sasha's shirt there. I don't know what that whole deal is, but I don't know about all that.
You were away when I spoke about it, and I'm going to choose not to repeat it. It was very unfortunate.
For the best.
What is going on with Shoot's profile picture?
I can't even see it because X is that bad. Like, I legitimately just have Matt C. Shoot with no imagery. What is it? Is it like is it problematic? I can't see it.
I don't want to blow up his spot, but I'll put it in the.
What is it? Can someone tell me? I'm scared now.
It's JK with Trump's hair or something like that.
Discord, Joe. I just sent it to you.
Okay. I hate the Twitter app. Is so damn brutal now.
On the
dude.
phone, it's awful. It's like
It's
genuinely
real
unusable.
bad.
No, it didn't work for me for earlier, like when I woke up this morning for like 10, 15 minutes.
You gotta wait. Like it's so weird. Oh, we just.
Why is that his profile picture?
Yeah, that's what I thought you knew.
No, I have no idea. I didn't see it before. No.
I just saw it one day and thought best not to ask.
Yeah, I didn't want people to flood to his. That's why I don't want to say. I didn't want people to flood to his Twitter.
Whatever happened to this Sami Zayn fella? Did he ever make it? How did he do?
I think he did pretty alright for himself.
Mm-hmm.
Had good things. Had a cool WrestleMania match, apparently.
Apparently, yeah, I've heard that. Yeah,
It was all right.
Allegedly, people cried in bars in Cardiff.
Wow, did you actually? For real, Chuck? Is that true?
I genuinely did.
That's so
I was
awesome.
drunk. I just love Sami Zayn so much.
It was very powerful, wasn't it? That very
Yeah.
powerful.
He pulled out the top right brain, but there was a lot. It was a moment.
Yeah, and he's had two. I mean, he's had two of those straight now because
Mhm.
the tag title. The tag title
Oh,
with Kevin was
fuck it.
that was emotional,
That was-
romantic, and everything in between.
Bro.
Beautiful.
God.
What a story,
What's right?
Kevin and Sami, huh? What?
I know.
faces.
Genuinely one of my favorite Mania
Man, that's
moments
crazy.
ever.
Wired headphones.
Two of
Yeah,
the most
before AirPods.
unlikely wrestling stars ever, who just so happened to meet as teenagers,
Mhm.
got actively told over and over again that they were never going to be national wrestling stars, and there they were at the Mania together, closing it. Like,
That's what it's all about.
I don't think I can ever go back to wired headphones.
I wear them for work. It's actually a little bit like, I don't know. You don't have to worry about battery. It's
that's
fun.
why I do them for this. When I'm not doing this, I won't wear wired, but the battery thing alarms me because of the amount of hours that
Yeah.
I'm doing this.
I just switched between AirPods and hope for the best.
I remember one time my sister gave me a head because my AirPods died because I didn't charge them, and my sister handed me wired headphones, and I just gave them back to her. I said, "No, I'm cool. I'll just rock no headphones. I'll
It's
just
below you.
yeah, it's below me now.
The thing is, my MacBook is such an old model that I can't use like modern day headphones with them, so I'd have to use an older set of headphones.
Oh
And
my
then
God.
everything's fucked up, so I just give up. So I just use my AirPods.
It's
We're
main
getting
event
some
time.
SummerSlam promotion on
What
the
do you
Peacock
mean?
version. I don't know if you guys are getting that soon.
We've just got out of that.
Oh yeah, I got
Tyler Breeze. We see Tyler Breeze now.
Okay. Joe, time.
Okay, I am coming up on 23 minutes, 59, 23 for me now. 23:01, 23:02.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I'm at. Tyler, who's this chap in the middle? That's Novi, Kevin. No. I don't know what you're referencing. I assume it was a graphic. I assume it was a match graphic. It was a great. What was the?
What does chat mean? Is it just like a cool guy or something?
Yep.
Yeah, a chap, fella, bloke, geezer. Yeah. What was the Caden Lee quote, Novi, where Caden said, "I saw you in Chicago. I was very upset with the build." What was that he said?
Yeah, he said he saw you on a bus, and he was upset at like the build or so. I don't remember even what he said, but he was like concerned with your build, is what he basically had said.
He was talking about the all-out pape, but he made it sound like he was just like he saw me and was like, "Look at the state of that guy's build."
He made it sound like, who's that fat fuck in the bus over there? Oh shit, it's Joe.
It came across. He was like, "Yeah, I saw you," and he immediately transitioned to disappointed in the build. It was like devastating blow.
Very stiff.
I still think of that
Speaking
one
of people
story.
still haven't used it.
Yeah, there you go.
I still think of that one story where Joe's takes a picture of. He posted on Twitter where he took a picture. Somebody told him to take a picture of Charlie and Lexia, right, or Anna for the pay per view. You're the one.
All in the picture.
No.
With
What happened was we were taking the photo, and then someone came over and was like, "Yo, it's Charlie from Wrestle Purist," and I was standing there with a Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses, and I was like, "Well, that's kind of rude, but I'm not going to be offended." And then Anna came over, and remember, like we're next to each other. Like I give Anna a hug. Like, you can see that we are aware, and he comes back over and he's like, "Anna from Wrestle Purist," and I was still standing there. I was like, "Oh, this is kind of outrageous now." I mean, like, oh look, he may have just been a big gun on Graps fan, like God bless. But usually, Chuck can attest. Usually, if someone watches one of the Wrestle Purist shows, they watch. Like, our numbers are pretty. There's a lot of overlap.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tremendous stuff.
That's just a funny story. Even though I butchered it.
Funny
But
moments.
Oh no, it was great. That was really fun actually. Everyone was so triumphant after Dragon's title win. Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Like I tweeted a picture of it, like video of it, but I just keep thinking. When you posted the story, I just kept thinking of Ant-Man when he asked the kids for a picture in Infinity War. Like they all the kids came around Hulk. Like, can we get a picture of Mr. Hulk?
Yeah.
Wait, this
That wasn't
happened
in
on Raw too?
Infinity War. That
They
was
were
in
Raw?
That was in
Yeah.
in-
So on the week of this show or the week before, they did an NXT showcase on Raw. And spoiler here, on the TV after this, Titus O'Neil shows up and he's like, "You guys stole my TV time. I'm here to steal yours." And that is the most beast thing ever.
That's kind of
That's
real.
awesome.
Yeah.
I vaguely remember that Raw match, and that might have been the first time I saw Pac wrestle.
I'd imagine for a lot of people it was,
Like
yeah.
that, I remember
Mm-hmm.
because the NXT stuff.
Man,
He
Those
wears
beats are so
headphones.
awesome. Yeah.
It was a different time, bro.
I wish I had headphones like that. They're wired, but those are the only wired headphones I would wear. Those original Beats.
My goodness. What a fascinating time this was.
Did Pac always hit his finish in this NXT show? Because he never hits it now. You know what I'm talking about? The flippy do one he does.
The red
Yeah,
arrow.
yeah. And
Black
he wouldn't do
arrow?
the thing he does now where he like balances himself like a minute is I think he would do less then. I might be wrong, he might do it that long here, but Kidd is still
That
a coach
is-
for WWE, yeah.
Does he
The
still do the women's segments?
staying on the top rope for an extended amount of time is something that he actually started doing past the Rev Pro High Stakes match with Ospreay, because he just counted down the last few seconds on the top rope, and that was he
Yes.
just kind of kept it in his game after that.
The
'Cause they
time
went to
limit
the time
draw.
limit draw.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Right, when I was writing the review of that, I watched that match 4 times in the space of 2 days. Like,
That's crazy.
You're a beast. I used to do stuff like that for the guide, and then I just couldn't do it anymore. I
it
broke.
felt
But you're doing
fitting
a
for
match.
the week.
You're doing a match like it's more fun, and you can pick apart different parts of it, and
Yeah,
that's cool. That was on Substack, right?
it was on Substack. I haven't posted anything on Substack last week because I was having a week, as they say.
But you're about to post some stuff, right? Coming
I
up.
am. I have some stuff ready to come out, so I'll be posting those
Beautiful.
tomorrow and Thursday, hopefully.
Stay tuned, folks. Stay
Yeah.
tuned. We've got in-ring introductions here at Full Sail. It's main event time. This has flown by. It's been a hell of a time.
When I used to write match reviews for Russell Pierce, I never did all. I just watched the match and just typed out what I saw or what I thought about it. I felt like I was cheating people out of the.
What did we call it? Like the Manny World Tour or something? And you just review. Oh, it was beast, dude.
I was just watch the match and I'll type. I wasn't really watching the match. I was just looking at the keyboard. I wasn't like Joe Rogan or anything like that. Can't type.
Did you see that video I
Yeah.
sent you?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking the one I was talking about on the Grin. I don't just send Manny random Joe Rogan videos, guys. On the Grin, I spoke about this clip where Rogan explains that he can type without looking at the keys, and he says it like he's cracked the code. It's incredible to listen to him. Anyway, it's almost time here. As you can tell, this has got some time left on the show here. This is the big match on this show. Of course, it's named Fatal 4-Ways. Kind of had to be. Sami Zayn with abs, by the way. Sami Zayn. Abdominals, yeah.
This era of NXT is very New Japan in its card build.
Yeah, just a lot of stuff doesn't matter.
Yes. It's like a very obvious undercard, and then bam, bam, big matches at the end.
Yeah. I mean,
Very
the talent was such that there wasn't a ton of depth, and obviously, when you do a fatal 4-way, you're taking 4 of the guys off the. So yeah, the undercard for the show was hilarious. It was before the women's title match. There wasn't really anything of note. I mean, the tag match was fine, but
Kind of forgot what happened on the undercard.
yeah, well, nothing really happened.
Juice Robinson bumped cool.
Mm.
Oh, that's right. He did lose.
Yep.
I always find this lock up face off stuff corny. Just hit each
It's
other.
very-
I don't like multi-man matches that start like this.
Just go after
I'm
the
not
bum.
big on
He's right there. Look, man, I can just tell from looking at this that Breeze is the bum. Just go after him.
The bum.
Tread lightly.
Tyler Breeze was good, man. I'm telling you. I know
Alright.
you're upset that he plays video games for some reason, but
No, but
I'm
I'm pretty sure he is good. But
I'll lock
compared to the other three guys in the ring, he's the.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's gonna
I
be the
guess
punching
so.
bag. Is
Well, I
that
think
what
Sammy
you're
likes
implying?
video games too, so I don't
Yeah.
know.
True. Someone mentioned someone asked about Tyson Kidd, and I said he's a producer, but the big thing with Tyson is that he does like all of the big matches in the women's division, right? That's like his rep.
He's been known for that for a long time.
Everyone
Gets a lot
says
of
he's like a
credit for it.
genius, dude. Yeah,
Mhm.
he's the kind of wrestler that would be good at that, right? Like he was so mechanically good, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He watches
He
a lot
also
of
loves,
wrestling.
he loves old wrestling.
He
That's what I think
does.
he's known for.
All he has to do is just plan out a Bryan match or whatever, and just tell the women to do it.
I remember it was the Hall of Fame, and he had like his phone out, and people were like, "Oh, he's probably watching old Noah videos on there."
There was no way Pac was on up, up, down, down.
He was?
I think everyone was, dude. I think everyone was on that channel.
Right, yeah. You should have seen how much AJ Styles was on that channel. Incredible stuff.
Yeah,
They got some
Man,
real
that
funny
damn
content out of that
360.
man.
that dude's an unhinged video game guy.
Yeah, I mean, I knew AJ was a big video game guy because he always talked about it on that podcast gimmick that he did with the Good Brothers.
Yeah, we don't talk about that though.
Yeah,
Those episodes never happened. Don't we talking about? Race. It'd be cool if they got him on Talking Shop, though. I agree, man. Good idea.
the best selling shops were always with AJ or the Bucks.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. They're not. Did you remember when the Bucks came on a couple of years ago? It was great. Yeah. AJ wasn't there though, right?
No,
anyway, back.
We don't want to get him canceled.
Oh, here we go. He's using the C word again, folks. He's at it again.
All the Bent on
All
Destruction
I'll
shirt.
say, because I think I can say this. There is an episode that starts
Always kind of
with
now.
the information that they had spent the last 25 minutes debating as to who they should vote in the election. And Gallows sounds in this conversation like a child listening to their mum and dad. Because there obviously is no debate. They're on completely different sides of the fence. And Gallows is just like, can we talk about Rick Rude, guys, or the Ultimate Warrior? I'll leave it at that, folks.
Man, you know what? I think wrestling fans should stop wearing wrestling shirts to events and just bring signs. Everybody there has a wrestling shirt on. Just
they do
bring-
both.
So, I need you to think out what you just said.
Why do they have
Because
to be-
instead of giving an alternative to what they should wear, you just said they should bring signs. Are they wearing the signs?
No, like bring a sign.
Tyson Kidd is
Yes.
going for it. He's just a running chop block up on the stage there. That was neat.
There is
They're
a
doing some sort.
helicopter flying around outside. So there is a lot happening here.
Uh-oh. Maybe you're in trouble.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No,
After
they
this
should wear shirts, but just not wrestling shirts, and just bring signs.
Okay.
What shirts though? The Triple
But
H
can't
one
they-
or
But like, if they wear wrestling
Well, that's a
shirts
wrestling
and bring a sign, does that not count? Are you like throwing it out? What do you?
Well, I think people just don't want to make signs because they're wearing the wrestling shirt.
Okay, interesting. Suplex on the ramp looked like it hurt like hell. If we're being honest, that ramp
It
does not look
did.
like a fun place. Bumps.
Disgusting.
Yep. Another one coming up maybe on the stage here, maybe.
Oh.
Uh-oh. I love the blocking of the suplex. We don't get that enough anymore,
Yeah.
Looks great.
mm-hmm.
My
That
goodness.
looks disgusting.
Yeah, the heels are forming a little bit of an alliance here. The Canadians.
Because
Is
that's kind
Kid
of starts to be
actually...
something disgusting.
Kid is actually Canadian, right? Or is he just like
I
done
think he's
like
Canadian.
Pillman? Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I wanted to make sure. Of course, he's
He's from
training
Calgary.
and such. There you go. Oh, there you go. locked in, brother.
Big time
I
Canadian.
know he was training in there like as like a teenager. It's like he was considered like a prodigy when he was young.
Mhm.
There was recently a clip of him and Teddy Hart wrestling in like
Oh.
2003 Ring of Honor.
Mhm.
People lost their fucking minds because you can imagine how it looked, right? Like, I mean, it was very, very, very electric stuff. Yeah, and that's just another story for another day. I mean, yeah, Teddy Hart was like, again, he was someone you'd put in that prodigy category. That's another story for another day, Manny. That's maybe one for you to do on a solo show.
Well, I mean, he's a good pro. I mean, just not a good
good
wrestler.
pro. That's interesting. Interesting phrase. A good pro. Yeah.
Wrestler. I mean, that's what
Manny talking about Bobby Roode apparently there for some heat here on Sami Zayn. Now, one of the things this match got rave reviews at the time for was the way that it was able to actually have like a proper main event, you know, across a long time. And part of that is the fact that it has like it kind of uses little elements of tag structure, right? Like they're getting basically heat on Sami here. And of course, Neville is a kind of de facto hot tag we're waiting for. And here he's coming up and they're going to knock it down.
No,
So
keep
on
him
so forth.
isolated. They've
Right,
cut
it's like
the
cat in the ring.
intro.
There you go, exactly.
There we go.
Just like the Outrunners.
And on that note, I have to go. It's been real.
I haven't even seen any of the Outrunner stuff, which makes it even funnier that everyone's so like mad.
You haven't seen any of their matches?
Like I've seen like matches, but everyone's so upset that I haven't like. I feel like I've missed stuff, you know. Like I've seen a couple of their matches. I saw the FTR match.
It's not upset because they're bad. It's because people want them to win the belts now.
Push.
Okay.
Joe's doing his all wrestling is a good gimmick right now.
There's a time and place for comedy acts to get a focus pushed, and I think when your tag division is in disarray with no real direction is not that time.
Did you see, Chuck? Did you see the great Anna's incredible answer of this on Worldwide, where she said, "Where did they come from?"
I did not, but that is unreal.
Anna legitimately said that she did no awareness as to who they were 2 weeks ago. This popped me huge.
She said she was scared to ask. Is what she said.
I've seen them at matches, and I thought their matches were fine. Like, I definitely agree that the belt thing probably is a bit extreme, but let's be honest, the tag divisions. I mean, it's a difficult situation we're in right now.
It should be the tag champs of the NWA, not the.
We're in the trenches, like
EW.
Chuck and I, Bucks or FTR fans. You're in a tough spot right now. You know, we're fighting. Oof, right bomb.
Constantly.
Well, I don't know if the Bucks had a good match in a while, but the FTR had a good match on Saturday.
Bucks had a good match on the papers. They did. We watched it live.
Joe, can you give me one more timestamp? That's the last I'm going to ask. So
we are 1 hour, 38, 36, 37, 38, 39.
Everybody lock in. There's 20 minutes left to this show.
Building blocks are being put in place, folks. We're not ignoring what's happening. We're popping ourselves while Tyson Kidd, as a good pro, right, Manny? An actual good pro.
We're hitting the climax.
Well, not quite, but yes, we're nearing. Manny removes himself off camera after saying that. Incredible. And look at those punches. There you go. Sami Zayn, one of the great babyface salesmen ever. Like, just so good at that. Of course, the El Generico run, kind of, that was the superpower, right? Like, that was what he could do. Just sell his body. And then with Sami Zayn selling his face, my goodness. Oof.
Yeah, going into NXT Unmasked was like an elevation for Sami in his career.
You hear Renee just keep referring to Tyson Kidd as Natty's husband?
Yeah, so that was like the thing was the character Tyson Kidd was like mad that he was in his wife's shadow. And like on one of the episodes, Natty goes to Regal and like gets him a title shot, and he's like pissed about it. Like, oh, Natalia just keep getting me title shots. Like he's mad. He's wrestling. He's wrestling here though. Isn't he?
The fucking expression off of Pac's face, that was brutal.
This is in the era where everyone was like, oh, how cool would it be if Tyson Kidd were going to be a junior heavyweight in New Japan and stuff like that. That was like the vibe. God, that bump on that kick was so cool too.
Yeah, it was grim.
Yeah, we're getting
You're
a
right.
healthy amount here of Kidd and Zayn, and I'm not mad at it. I gotta say, look at this.
Oh,
Did they ever have a singles match?
They must, yeah. If there's one coming up, Chuck, I'll make that the month that we have you on for the NXT show, so we can talk about it. That'll be fun.
Yes. Or any of Sammy's core moments in NXT. If you need people on, give me a shout.
Yeah, because we're coming up for we're not far away from one of those, certainly. Absolutely not. But where is Breeze, by the way? Because I think I missed that.
He got wiped out a little bit.
Did
he
just get
took
bumped to
the
floor?
suplex on the ramp, and I think he hasn't been back since.
That's what you call selling.
Thanks, Manny.
Yep.
Manny's doing his enjoyable wrestling bit, folks. Just so you know.
There he is.
He must have got bumped to the floor at some point when they were getting heat on Sammy.
It's like on Sunday when we watched ECW and they pan to the guy that was hurt outside.
That was so funny. That was a great show. Folks, if you're watching this and you think this is entertaining, which if so, I apologize. But if you do like this, we did a show for It Used to Be Better and Above members with the great Ebu of Wrestle Purists. And it was outrageous, let's be honest. It was some things were said. It was a great time. We watched ECW, we went kind of extreme with it. It was fun.
There was a 6-man panel. We're going through that show. We all had a blast.
Yeah, it was great. Oh, how snappy was that forearm? Look at Pac's hot tag. You know, that comeback.
I lost 2 shirts on Saturday. Oh,
You did.
Oh, good call.
Back body drop. Let's bring back the back body drop, folks. We can still
I do
do
like
it.
a good back body drop.
Because when you have guys that actually do it, it explains why every wrestler ducks their head down. You know,
feel like
if no one hits
doing
it, then
Oh,
come on, Manny, come on. I love that Sammy's body here is like rejecting how good of shape he's in. You know, it's like, nah, bro, you're too lean.
Yeah, actively
love
doesn't
handles.
want it. Oh my god, Pac.
Holy fuck.
His ankles always scare me on that. Always. Oosh.
Bro, I don't like any moves to the outside like that actively make me cringe because one wrong landing, you're cooking your ankles, your knees.
Brutal.
Like you don't get caught, you're fucked.
And guys just do it every match. They're just fearless. They don't care.
Bro, the way that Leon Slater launches himself like over the ring post terrifies me.
I'm really excited for Leon. He's really coming along great.
Have you seen how much he's bulked up recently as well? Like he's put some proper
big
weight on. It's terrifying. Genuinely, every time I see him wrestle live,
his match with Kushida was nice. Very nice.
I haven't caught it yet, but it's on my list to do.
It's very much like an undercard match, but it's actually more impressive because we've both seen him have bigger matches. But like seeing him do just like a TV match, but whoa, that was spooky.
Oh fuck.
That was wild. Kid said, "Let me get back in there and steady the ship." Let's get
Let's get this back on the road.
Yeah.
Too much of that PWG shit creeping in there.
Yeah, let's get back to some pro wrestling.
This ain't Rosita, buddy.
There you go.
This is Full Sail.
This is the major leagues, man.
I don't know whether Pac was going to do the Poison Rana. Like, I don't really know what they were looking for.
Fuck. Oh my
god. So look, I don't know if that's what they were going for, but that looked way cooler than whatever that headbutt deal that just happened was incredible. Yes. Oh, how good is Tyson Kidd in this match?
He's really fucking good.
He's like the best worker in this match, hilariously.
Yeah. Pac has been on like a nutty bumping run in the match, but he's been like the best worker for sure.
You could spin the wheel on Pac matches, and that's like how he wrestles in 80% of them.
Yeah, he's bumping here is incredible, but you're not wrong, Chuck. He's just so naturally gifted as a bumper. He's just explosive, dynamic, totally.
He has the best DT sales ever. Like, bar none.
This has nothing to do with the match, but I feel like I'd be annoyed if I was a student, if I had to go to school at Full Sail. Just like it's just always busy, you know, like you can't find parking anywhere. You know,
we wouldn't always be busy, man. They tape like once every 5 weeks. I think you'd be okay. Yeah.
Oh, all right.
This is when they tape in bulk. So like by the last episode of each taping, the crowd looks exhausted. You know, they've watched like 80 squash matches. This match is awesome, isn't it?
Like a Ring of Honor crowd.
So
See,
sick.
I don't even like multi-man matches, but this just transcends that. This is just awesome. Oh,
It's because
I'm
they're
gonna-
doing the good multi-man match where they like segment it between
Yeah.
different like one-on-ones.
at this
Oh
length,
fuck!
at this length, you can't just do like a full-on moves fest, right? You have to
Mhm.
like. And Tyler
Mhm.
Breeze, who we were just wondering about, he just got his big showcase there. I mean, he
He
came in and immediately got the place rocking. That was great.
Yeah. Back then, the people that were saying like Tyson should go work the New Japan Juniors, oh baby,
Yeah, man.
that would have
He's-
produced some heat.
He was like, everyone was so mad about his usage, and the Cesaro team is like the first thing he gets to do. That's like a thing,
Mhm.
and they were a great team. They didn't get enough chances to have great matches because, of course, but if you watch their matches, they were so good together.
Different tag division back then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a gear merchant right here, and I'm not a fan of Tyson's yellow. It's kind of clashing with the ropes.
okay, that's fair.
The fact on
Yeah,
the
the
crotch is a
temperature.
little.
Yeah, the fact
Alarming.
Big fan of Manny saying the sentence, I'm going to be a gear merchant. Very good. Heard that in nightclubs a few times in my life, but never.
I'm familiar with that game.
Yeah.
I've never heard the saying before.
To be fair, anyone in that predicament probably wouldn't use the word merchant, but still.
Mm-mm.
Ooh.
It did sound like CM Punk chants, and I was trying to
Oh.
figure it out.
I'm sure it was.
Oh,
CM
fuck.
Punk chants were.
Welcome
This
to
is still-
wrestling.
This is within a year from him leaving. As crazy as it is to
Mhm.
think about.
Oh my god.
There you go.
The
The
Tower of
Tower of
Doom.
Doom.
Big old Tower of Doom.
You gotta do a Tower of Doom, right? You go.
Yeah.
When you're doing a match like this, you gotta
Mm-hmm.
you try and pin everyone. Like,
That's crazy, man. You think they asked the guy whose back hurts the least today, and then that's the guy on top, or how do you
Huh?
think? How do you think they decide who's the guy on top that gets like the longest? You know.
Start over, Manny, because I think you probably could have phrased that. Yeah, go for it.
What do you mean?
Well, it was, go on. Start again.
No, I was gonna say like, who do you think's back hurts the most when they do that? Like the guy on top, or like the guy?
Oh, you just went for it again. All right, okay. So I think I think it hurts the guy who's taking I think it hurts Neville in that case, Pac in that case most. The guy who's taking the biggest bump, I would say. Yeah. If that answers your question, I don't know.
Yeah, I would say
The
Neville's back
superplex.
probably got blown out the worst.
Boy.
Don't
Well, now-
encourage him. Come on.
Oh, now I get what you're trying to put down, but I mean, just like
So we've had a hell of a time here, I must say.
Ooh.
I don't know if anyone else is having fun, but we certainly have. Sami Zayn.
I missed
firing
like
up
30
here.
seconds of that match. Oh, I couldn't.
Yeah.
He just folded.
Always gonna go for it.
What was he
Oh,
calling
this is.
it?
I haven't watched this match in years. This is fun to go back.
Neville's about to hit the fucking twisty of doom or something.
Yep.
Never mind.
Oh.
It made it even funnier that he didn't.
No.
Oh.
Still in the pin.
Shooting star press.
Oh.
Dude, full sale bit on that as a finish completely,
Yeah.
didn't they? That would be
It
the
was a
thing
good
at Full Sail. They love Breeze, and sometimes they would get like mad when Breeze would not get the booking they wanted him to get. That was like at one point he works Joe, like a year after this, and they boo Joe in the name of Tyler Breeze, which is like
Did
hilarious
win the
thing,
NXT
but-
title?
well, I don't want to
Trying
spoil
to
the
beat
match.
them Full Sail. Big Bill in
Honest.
Cardiff.
Ask me that at the
yes,
end,
sir.
Manny, so I don't spoil because I know you don't know who wins, right?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
I
We'll talk
also
about it.
don't know.
There you go.
I
Very
also
exciting.
don't know.
You don't know. Wow, there you go.
Oh.
I can't remember, no. I didn't remember
Yeah.
this entire card, so
There you go. We'll try when takeovers come up in future. We'll try and bring this lineup back together because then you guys can kind of watch it like kind of almost like watching over it, for the first time again, right? It's fun.
hmm
Well, that's where I'm good for. I've not watched any of it. So.
Beautiful.
Oh
man.
shit, is this your like first watch of any of it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm very young into all this a little bit.
I think I've only seen like.
I grew up in a
NXT
family that watched
matches.
wrestling, so I was.
See, it's different,
Yeah.
right? You
Yeah.
see certain things without even intending to. Yeah.
I've been
I had to
watching
wrestle all
TNA
before
since I was
school.
like 7. Like,
I think
I
the
don't
only
think anyone should be proud of that fact, but
No, I was
it's
gonna
something that
say,
happened.
Dangerous.
and from this
Yeah.
NXT, the stuff I've only seen is the Mercedes and Bailey match from Brooklyn, and then Samoa Joe and Finn, where Joe gets blood all over himself and everything like that.
Yep. That is, dude. That match is so sick, and they keep checking the cut and ruin it completely. It
bro,
makes me so mad.
Bro, it pissed me off so much watching that.
There is a second there when Joe gets color where he like turns into like 2005 Samoa Joe, and they immediately stop the match to. Oh, it's fucking.
I love when wrestlers do that. They like bleed and they start seeing it. They're like, I gotta turn into
Honestly,
a demon now.
Bro, we're gonna get to it in like 18 months, but feel free to just watch it because it's like 12 minutes long. But there's a minute in there where I think it's in Dallas, and it's just a crazy atmosphere because it feels like Joe is actually gonna murder Finn Balor. It's awesome.
I still wonder why
Can't
they
wait
did
to get
that.
to it. 1.5 years.
We're at the babyface standoff here. Oh, for sure, yeah. Babyface standoff, which they completely built to this, right? This is like the.
This is the
All
payoff.
right. All right, Marks. Quit chanting, Marks. All right.
Well, I thought you were calling us Marks, but all right, bro.
I'm
Wait, just watch this show, man. Like,
at the crowd.
Oh my god!
How is Pac
Exposing
still a wrestler?
Exactly. That's the
Like-
these guys today don't lose a step. Like he had a match with Ospreay a week ago that was
And
incredible.
he's still bumping like that in that match.
Yes. Oh,
Oh my god! Holy fuck!
oh my god!
Oh fuck!
Sammy just took a header on the floor.
Jesus.
Oh. How do you whiff that?
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh shit! I
Oh.
love that spot.
yeah, I haven't seen that for a
God,
while, right?
Sami Zayn, man.
The blood
Everyone's
is
great in
flowing.
this
The
match.
moves are going.
Oh shit!
Everyone's great in this match. It's awesome. Oh,
Oh! Oh, that got me actually.
yeah.
Kid saw that like he got his shit wrong,
And
which is where
very unbabyface, right? Of the champ, but
Mm.
whatever it takes, folks. Whatever it takes to be the world champion or the NXT champion, depending on who you ask. I'm still waiting for when Triple H like does that. Now that he's in charge, when he like pretends that they're world titles in hindsight, it's gonna be so beast, right? You know, like Joe's gonna be going in the Hall of Fame as an old fuck, and he's gonna be like, 2-time world champion, Samoa Joe.
Love to.
He's going up. He is balancing himself kind of much shorter time though, much shorter.
Oh,
Mhm.
it
Much,
still looks
much
so good
shorter
today
time.
too.
Yeah, so
Oh.
I didn't want to spoil. Basically, the takeaway from this is like, Neville and Zayn is the collision course, right? That's the big
Mhm.
thing.
Come on, Sam. You could have pulled his hair.
I think he was so emotionally just, I think there's so much going on there, man. He was it's difficult.
That was
Hell of a
good
match.
shit.
He thought he had
Yeah,
it in the
that's-
bag and it was taken away from him like that. It takes a second to recover.
There you go.
Packs a mouthpiece merchant. Look at him. You saw that? He took the mouthpiece out.
A mouthpiece merchant.
Brother, that is. I don't know that you know how to use the word merchant.
Yeah.
Like,
Wouldn't be the first word, won't be the last, right? It's the game of the hooper.
Well, to be fair, I don't think we're using the word right because the merchant sells stuff. That's just what it is.
all right.
Oh.
Yep.
We're winding down here, folks. I don't know if there's anything, but I can't even remember if anything else happens. But while the feed, look at that slow mo.
Oh, his ankle almost got
Gorgeous.
fucked. That was so spooky.
Many such cases with this man.
Yeah.
Yep. I think we're just gonna get some replays here. So as we do, we have some plugs to do. Now, folks, this is really just kicking off our journey into NXT because tomorrow night after Dynamite, myself and my first guest, which will be the great contrarian Alex, will be talking about the month of September in NXT in 2014. Now, of course, this show will not be our focus because we're going to do these Grinalongs to kind of accompany that. We're going to do them free on the channel. Behind the paywall was going to be a review program. So it won't be like in this segment that happened, you don't have to watch the shows to follow. What I've done is I've watched the month's TV. I've picked out the key stories and topics. Alex has watched it too, and we're going to talk about it. And we want to make it so you guys don't have to watch a thing and you can follow along and enjoy it. I've also picked out some quirky house show matches because you can imagine the NXT house shows are hilarious. They're running exclusively in Florida in front of like 100 people, and you get some crazy matches on those shows that they don't know they're crazy at the time. So that's tomorrow after Dynamite, LNG Gold, It Used to Be Better members, and above Novi. What is happening? What's the latest with the channel? Anything else coming up? Go for it, brother.
There's a big week ahead on the Novi channel. On Wednesday at 6:30, we're bringing on Marcus of Wrestle Purist for the pre-show for AEW Dynamite. That's going to be a very fun time. On Saturday, got a new video coming out at 10 a.m. Eastern. It's going to be, I forget exactly what it's about. It's about meme wrestlers. So if you're wondering what I have to say, you know, I think you can kind of guess what I have to say about that, but that's going to be a fun time.
Manny.
Don't bury the lead.
Neutral stance there from the Hooper.
Yeah, and then on Monday, I'm going to do the first match review Monday. I'm going to do Moxley and Yuta from Rampage, which is an awesome fucking match. I love that match so much. So lock in. Big week.
That match deserves a lot more. It deserves more love, so I'm glad you're doing that. It kind of feels like people have forgotten how good that was, to be honest.
It was a moment in time for me.
Yeah, I remember the night that was taped. People in the building being like, "This is the best match of the year." I remember that buzz. It was exciting, you know. Good times.
I watched it like 4 times, so
it rules. It's tremendous, and it's a good time to do a Wheeler Yuta thing because he was great on Collision. So
he was,
yeah. That's the most interesting Wheeler's been in a while, right? Like, he's obviously a really good wrestler. That was interesting. Chuck, what's coming out? I know you spoke earlier about the Substack deal, but anything else you want to plug? Go for it.
If you're interested in Brit Wrestling, I'm going to be reviewing the shows that I go to a lot more. I've got one coming out for Attack Pro Wrestling and one coming out for the Progress Noah shows in London that I did, which is it's just a funny little experience. I'm going to be trying to post on the Substack like at least twice a week. It won't all be Brit Rest. Sometimes I just want to write about stuff, and I wrote about Hangman Swerve the other week, which was fun. Reviewed Pac Osprey, which is objectively Brit Rest, but you know, just whatever takes my fancy. Dynamite reviews, I'll be on those as always. 6:30 Eastern on a Thursday. Nothing else in the immediate future, but a couple of projects down the line, so I'm not going to talk about them.
I love it. You're still your last one standing on the Thursday deal.
Indeed.
You and I, we're in like 8 different lineups together, and you've outlasted me now by another 3
I've
lineups.
been through about 40 different lineups, it feels like.
You were the host at one point.
I think Monty will want me to take that back eventually, but each week I'm just kind of like, I ain't got notes. I haven't got notes.
That's what I said. I call that show SNL, man. It's hard to do.
Yep, that's exactly right, Manny. One of your most apt quotes, really. Definitely a thing you should have said, and I'm glad you repeated it. You were on that show back in the day, Manny. I don't know if you have
Aussie, oink, oink, oink. One of my favorite movies.
That's a classic. And what I was going to say, man, is you did use spin on shows, but with LNG Gold and the increasing schedule here, you're kind of back in the ball game, Hooper. Tell the people about it.
Yes, we have another show on Friday.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to be watching another pay-per-view. I don't know what we're watching, but we're watching a pay-per-view.
Fair. We're going to watch WWF One Night Only from 97, which is a very unique pay-per-view because it was a British exclusive. I think Ed in Canada too. And it's a very good show. Carry on, Manny.
And then sometime in October, I will be doing Manny's Hooper's House of Horror, where people can send in ghost stories, or you want me to read them, I'll read them. Doesn't matter. Yep. And I'll be telling my own ghost stories because I have plenty of. They're very plentiful. So.
Oh, I got to tap in for this. That sounds incredible.
No, stay tuned for that, folks. We don't know how it's going to turn out, but Manny's we're absolutely doing it. Like, it will happen. So
yeah. Trust me, some of these stories aren't really funny. They're.
I thought you were going to say some of these stories aren't real.
No, a lot of them are scary. Just.
Yeah. Look, let's be honest, and Manny, I say this with love to you, and I think you'll agree with me. Part of the attraction of this show could be very bad. We don't know, right? Yeah. We don't know if it's going to be good or bad. What we know is Manny is going to be Manny. And if Manny is Manny, how bad can it be? That's my approach to most things in life. So keep that in mind.
I will give you, I did live in 2 haunted houses. So just so you
keep that in mind, folks. You're talking
At the
about a
same
veteran
time,
here.
And then I had a fam.
I was
And
gonna
then just so
say.
you know, also another story. So, also I had a maid that did black magic. So there you go.
A triple threat.
What I think we should do, I think Duke should be on the screen for this, Manny. To be honest,
Yeah,
because
because
he knows all of your. Yeah, he's got a whole notepad worth of Manny lore, so he can kind of hold you accountable.
Yeah, he transcribes all my stories too. So
Yeah.
Yes.
But we can do one of those screen setups, like the one we did on. Is this the one? Chuck, look at this. Chuck, look at this screen setup we used.
Oh God.
We used this on Thursday. We could do this where Hooper's here and Dukes is just like over to the side. We got some things up our sleeve here. But all right, folks, we'll see you tomorrow night for Full Sail Behind. Thursday, Holbert House show. Friday, Faith Fight Friday, of course, on the JHP tier, and then the Grin itself, which Manny mentioned, will be a Grinalong. I'm going to try and get a lineup for that, but Novi's there for that, right? Novi on Friday. So it's going to be us.
I don't want to blow your spot, but when are we going to do the draft show?
We are doing that on. I can tell you the exact date of that. In fact,
Oh baby, get your calendars out, folks.
That will be October 25th, the last Friday of October.
Man,
so you got some time.
For some reason, I thought it was this week, and I kept you keep telling me about these new shows. Like, does he keep pushing back the draft show?
October tradition, brother. Yeah, we're gonna do that October 25th. So that's coming up. There's a lot going on, folks. As you can tell, we're gonna have Novi on Friday. Manny, I'm gonna try and book Shoot. I'm not gonna try and book Chuck because it's 4 a.m. and I'm the only Brit that should have to go through that. And even though it is a Brit Rest show, so if you're around, it maybe it could be a fun bit. It's 97 WF in Birmingham, I believe.
Oh my God!
Yeah, and so again, I go into a little bit earlier, but it didn't air in the States a lot at the time, so it's like an actual British exclusive. So it'd be kind of a good bit. We'll see. We'll circle back on that, but
I'll see when my schedule's at.
Yeah, focus on that rather than the show, definitely. Manny and Novi will be there. Manny?
I also want to say I also went to a haunted daycare. I want to throw that in there too.
Okay. A lot of teasers here, as you can tell. So much coming up. Stay with us here, folks. Please like the video if you haven't already. Leave a comment. That helps us. I know a lot of you have left because we've legitimately done like a 15-minute plug round, but this is what we do here. So if you're still here, please comment below. Tell us what stuff you'd like to see, all that good stuff. And keep grinning. Have a great night. Have a great week. And enjoy this outro, folks. Bye.
Peace.
And he's not me.
No, it's not.
Are we still alive?
We're still alive. 1 second. Manny just came back, unmuted himself, and began to take a drink in the most. He came through for you guys.
No, I didn't
I came for. I could do it.
No, I didn't unmute.
You were unmuted, so I'm having a stream, I think, but your drink, you could hear the straw. All right, we're actually going now. Goodbye, everyone.